trickling down.
They're running out of time.
Beautiful boot from Junbin. Oh my word. Oh, they're making the hard work.
Look at that shoe coming in with the nano 2. This might just be enough.
Even the devil looked away in disgust.
I'm sorry, what just happened?
See, look at the health bars just trickling down.
They're running out of time.
Beautiful boot from Junbin. Oh my word. Oh, they're making the hard work.
Look at that shoe coming in with the nano 2. This might just be enough.
OWCS エッジや2つ目のチケットはラズリーさあまさにニャムゲーミング運命を切り開いたバレル激震
主を失った虚無の玉座を手に入れるために間もなく新たな英雄の誕生を告げる。
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the grand finals here of OWCS Japan. I'm Achilleos here with 9K, and we're going to be jumping into the action here pretty damn shortly. We have NyamGaming going up against LAZULI. Two teams that coming into the stage, neither of us, no one realistically would have said we're going to be in this grand final, but my God, the glow up from both of these squads has been amazing to watch, and now they're battling to see which one of the two is going to be that #1 seed going into the OWCS Asia Major.
Yeah, I think #1 seed is very important, but I think also this is the first time to LAN event in Japan. So who can be like achieve the first time like a LAN event is really important for their career and their like experience. A lot of point like it's hard to explain every single thing, but who will achieve is very important for them. Yeah.
No, it really is. And for a lot of these players, it's very likely to be the first time that they've ever been on a stage having fans in an arena. Obviously, we're still here in the WDG studio over in Seoul. So we're going to be casting remotely, but I can imagine that the energy over there is probably electric because, I mean, the game has just been blowing up in Japan for the last several years. So to finally have a big competition, a grand final, best of 7 over there for the fans to be able to go and watch Overwatch in person. I think that is super sick. So we're also going to be getting, of course, our first look at some of these players on camera.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No,
you're right.
what they look like. So that's going to be super sick to see. As here they are, as there is going to be an interview with the players. We do not have Japanese translations available for this one. So myself and 9K, we're kind of just going to be vibing out with you guys while we watch the players make their way out here over to the stage.
And also, I heard that they have a few Korean player each of team, and I think they're fly to the Japan for the play this LAN event. So that is also like a really interesting point to do.
Yeah, I mean it's super sick. I mean, it's one of those things to, if you've never experienced something like this before, it's hard to kind of wrap your head around.
Yeah.
But being able to, be playing with these people for so long and be competing and have this success, but then to have potentially never met each other prior to that moment when you step off the plane, if they greet you at the airport, etc., or to be here in the studio. It's a wild experience for sure to be had.
Oh, he's a Daisy. Okay. I think he's one of the best Japan DPS, and he was he's lively with the Nico pretty long time, as I know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been having a hell of a time playing that Tracer.
Yep.
As, of course, Leonoptrix here.
He's a tank player, and I think they're probably their leader of the team, right? Because of their first.
One would assume.
Yeah, we can assume it.
Hard to say without any real evidence behind it, but I mean, you look at him like this guy is just a warlord in the lobby playing that Junker Queen. It's one of the best ones that has existed within the region.
Oh,
so
okay.
We'll have some fist bumps exchanged here.
I like that. I like that.
I believe they're going to be
getting
ready to make their way over. So it seems like just some quick words here from the team representatives, and then we'll make their way over to the stage.
But LAZULI is a pretty big team. I didn't realize it.
Oh yeah, I mean they've got we've got CC2 on the bench. You've got Navis there, as well as potentially some staff to guide the players, make sure they have everything that they need to be ready to go ahead and get competitive. So a decent amount showing there here in front of the crowd. As I'm sure these guys are going to be very jazzed up. I mean, having done events in Japan, within, especially last year, was over there twice. The crowd is just so awesome, so supportive, and it's one of those places where it's just very much a love of the game. So even if a team that they don't necessarily regularly cheer for is not going to be competing, they still love to show up and just show support for just esports as a whole. So honestly, more events in Japan I think is a huge positive because the fan base is growing, it's getting massive, and everyone is just so damn lovely.
Yeah, and also I heard that their ticket was sold out just under the 2 minutes. Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, much everyone just love to be just jump into the LAN event. I mean, personally, I think LAN events is much more better than actually watching the online event because I went to a lot of a LAN event, and every LAN event gave me a lot of a motivation, a lot of energy, why I want to be working for this scene because it's not only just a audience as a player, as a coach, everyone just feel hard to explain, but I think this is why I'm be here. Yeah,
sure.
So,
I mean, I think that pretty much anybody, whether it's viewers, somebody else who's working on teams or working in esports, even us as casters, when it's on LAN, when you're there and you can kind of feel the energy from the stage, the energy from the crowd, it's a huge difference maker. So I mean, it's incredible. I wish that we were there. That would be sick. But it's okay because these teams, they're going to be coming over here as well. So we will have them on LAN in Korea in just a couple weeks' time. But which one is going to be that #1 seed is a completely different question. And I'm very curious to see how this is going to shake out between the two because they've clashed before. And we got to see in the round robin, LAZULI dropping a series to NyamGaming, but then being able to kind of beat them in the seeding decider match. Now getting ready to meet once again for the third time here in Stage 2 in this grand final for all of the marbles. Because, I mean, it went from very, very tight-knit, a 2-3 scoreline, into a 3-0 for LAZULI. What do we get now in a best of 7?
Yeah, because when I first time to see the LAZULI, I was expecting they're going to be top 4 team, but I didn't expect they're going to be top in a 2 team, because their strategy and everything was like really clean, and looks like their DPS lineup also very clean. But the insane EMEA LAZULI match, you guys should watch it. And they're like a strategy wise, the comm wise, everyone using so much interesting comm, and that is, I think, like a really hard to waiting what the LAZULI gonna bring for today. And NyamGaming, definitely their DPS lineup was scary a lot, and Docs and like Mimosa, their combination was so clean. So I think today match is hard to say which team have a much more advantage of the game, because I think especially LAN events, your play performance is some player going up, some player going down.
Yeah, of course. Some players are going to kind of just meet that adversity, I suppose, or that first experience of being on LAN, having fans there, watching you, judging you, cheering for you, cheering against you. Some of them, they rise to that occasion. It you know, kind of fuels them a little bit. Yeah. Whereas others, you know, we've seen the LAN jitters come out plenty of times. So I'm curious to see how these guys are going to be performing on that front. But I mean, we were kind of talking about it a little bit. You know, that potential that I think even for some of the Japanese players, the potential that they might not have ever met in person before this weekend. You know, that's such a weird thing, because now I mean, you likely have been on like a video call or something like that, hanging out, you know, shooting the crap on voice comms in the past, so you probably have like a decent understanding of, you know, who they are as people. But when you meet somebody for the first time in person, it's a completely different experience. I'm sure you've had that before, you know, joining various different teams during your time with the Overwatch League. Like, you know, it's just like, hi, like, I'm your coach. Like, this is me. This is who I am in person.
Yeah, I mean, that experience is like a totally different as like I mean, definitely the video cam or like the voice is everything is like explain about the who am I, but actually body language including a lot of information. So the player, and when they actually met it, they're like a much more closer and much more like understandable that. And when you heard about during the game of your voice of the teammate, you have a more like a confidence about how you play. So I think this is gonna be like really hard to say. Actually, and also they have 8 players in the LAZULI, so even their first time to meet some of the Korean there, because that is like I'm not even sure how they be conversation. Do they conversation with the Japanese or English? Because most of the Western team or based on like some of the Chinese player, Korean player, and some of the Western player, I heard it. They're majorly speaking with the English when they like have their conversation, like in the game, but.
I would assume as the odd man out, you know, Korean joining a Japanese team, it's likely the players learning some Japanese and,
I think
kind
that
of picking
more
up
sense,
on some things. I mean, obviously there are like some similarities as far as like language and language structure are concerned, but still very different, very big task to kind of pick up. But that just, I think, is more respect for those players who are going over and being like, okay, I'm going to speak a different language and I'm going to compete and now find themselves in a grand final situation. So it just goes to show that everything has been working incredibly well as far as the communication is concerned. Because for LAZULI and Nyam, it's very few and far in between when we see desyncs in their synergy and whatnot. They're very much usually on the same page, which is why they have been so successful in getting to this position where they're at least top 2.
Yeah. Also, if you're thinking about the first stage of the NyamGaming, there was. I heard it like they're almost having to get to any single map, and now they just
dropped the series to Namakuji Bros. They were the team that Nozzle was able to beat.
Yeah. So and also after that, like they just like changed the slightly closer, and the sinner just like bumping in like a really high, and probably that showing a lot of meaning over here. They beat the Barrel 3-1. I mean. If you thinking about the first stage, if I saw that and someone tell me, I'm not gonna believe that.
No, I mean that's what I'm, the run that they have been on and the amount of growth that they have had has been absolutely insane. But here's where we're at. We're at the final hurdle of OWCS Japan. And even then, just a few hours after this, or a few hours from now, I should say, OWCS Korea will also be wrapping up. This is going to be the conclusion, the culmination of Stage 2. Wildcard already settled. We saw Poker Face glide their way through that one just a couple days ago, and it's all to qualify for that Asia Major in just a couple weeks' time. All of the teams that have qualified are going to be flying here to South Korea once again to compete, to try to make a run to get themselves into DreamHack. Let's take a look at how the round robin went, because you can see Nyam there at third, LAZULI at fourth, tied records throughout that round robin, but Beryl and Insomnia, those were the teams that were always on top. Even in Stage 1, it was, you know, Beryl, Insomnia, and now we see neither of them here.
I was so surprised if I see this one, because everyone say that gonna be final will be gonna be Beryl and Insomnia, but underdog team like just beat it, and they're gonna be facing to each other today, and that storyline is really love to see that. And Namakuji brothers is like a, as a score wise they're way better than before, but but they kind of lose their color.
I mean, you know, there were some stumbles as we'll get into the actual playoffs bracket, but you know, big up still to Namakuji Bros, looking very well improved in Stage 2. We're able to get that reverse sweep over MFCX Supreme. But yeah, then we got into the seeding decider. Beryl still was looking like they were going to be out on top. NyamGaming, I mean, you can see they weren't able to win. They went down 0-9. Or 0-3 with a -9 map differential. But then the playoffs started.
I mean, playoff buff is actually exists for the some team.
I mean, we've seen it across in Overwatch. We've seen it many times in other esports. Sometimes when you have to take that longest road and kind of play through the most possible matches by not having that first round bye, you can kind of have that ramp up. I mean, Season 2 of the Overwatch League, shocked they got knocked down to the lower bracket. There was the big oopsie moment. You know, mothface.gif, where they, you know, C9 the cart versus the Atlanta Reign, and then they went through that lower bracket and they went on to win the championship. You were with the team at that time. You remember.
I mean, low bracket, and when the underdog team, I feel like much more energy-wise and the passion-wise is maybe higher. So I think NyamGaming is maybe that case. There was like a 0 point, and every single thing like approved. They're not gonna be like a top team, but after that they just suddenly changed it, and it was incredibly love to see that. And LAZULI is one of the team like making very a lot of strategy and a lot of way to do. So I think today match is hard to expecting which team gonna be win. I can't say, but it will be interesting watching.
Alrighty. Well, like we said, in a few hours time, we will have that OWCS as well getting wrapped up. As I can start hearing some of the crowd coming through here as we get ready to start up that first game. But we still have to figure out where we're going to be going, what the map is going to be to kick things off for Control. For now, NyamGaming versus LAZULI. What an accomplishment for both of these teams, and what pressure is likely resting on their shoulders that they have to now very quickly get over. Let's take a look, though. First, we'll zoom in on the rosters. You should have come to know them quite well by now, but here you go. It's just Chang there on the bench for the side of NyamGaming. Not that much of an extended lineup compared to LAZULI on the opposite side, but Daisy, Scarlet, Dox, Mimosa, Wydot, all of them killers.
Yeah, definitely. And Daisy have a very shining player at the NyamGaming. He was like he is a good flex DPS, and he doing the good tracer, echo, a lot of different hero, and finally he made it to the final, and he probably right now is a heart bumping a lot for that. And he doing the interview meaning about that. I'm assuming he's one of the leader of the team, and that is gonna be CEO. He needed approval at this final. And Hidden Davis and Leon Patricks and Zakuman, Shui, everyone doing so much good performance until this final. And Leon Patricks, the hero pool with the Junker King, and a lot of like a off tank, like a very aggressive tank. He approved a lot why he is the really making the LAZULI the top tier team. Yeah.
Alrighty, well.
Okay.
Yep, there we go.
It's,
Take a quick little
okay,
second.
yeah,
It's fine.
Yeah.
Hidden Nevis to start here for the side of LAZULI. We've seen CC2 every now and then, but he very much is kind of just a Hanzo player. And he's incredibly good at the Hanzo.
Yeah.
But we're not so much in a Hanzo meta, even on maps like Circuit Royale. I mean, hell, we're moving away from, you know, Sigma Double Sniper, Sigma Widowmaker, really, on Circuit Royale these days. We're seeing a lot more Ramatra. So CC2 there in case they do need him in a pinch. Maybe if we end up on any kind of map where the, you know, the Hanzo is going to find more value, we'll probably see him subbed in. But for now, we'll still just be there on the bench waiting and, you know, cheering along his teammates. So we'll get ready to get into this one. Looks like there's going to be a minor delay over at the studio. So for now, we're just waiting to figure out what the map is going to be and to get things underway.
I mean, it can be happen because if you do like a first LAN time event, a lot of things gonna be happen. Like some player losing their like a mouse, losing their like a brain. They didn't charge like a battery, like a so much thing happen where you're not used to it, so you're not sure. Am I wrong, or this gear is wrong, or the PC is issue? Like a lot of can happen. So that is like a LAN event like experience.
It's gonna take a while. It's probably gonna take a couple events before you really start having the, you know, the setup mastered.
Yeah.
I mean, players that have been around the block, that have competed for years and years, they know exactly what they're looking for. They know exactly what they're going to do to get their desk set up properly.
Yeah.
Was it Flash was the first one to start bringing the ruler on stage? Make sure the monitor is the perfect distance away from him. Make sure that he's got everything spaced out. I mean, for anybody, you know, Saya player,
he is the one
plays with a boosted up setup. So he just literally brings like a block of wood. For anybody who doesn't know, he brings like a block of wood. It's a little raised platform, and he sets that up, and then he plays with this like really wide stance.
Yeah, he do.
So he's like doing that. Kind of looks like he's DJing, but he also, because this platform is so high, he looks like a child sitting at the adults table.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the thing comes up to here, so when you get him on camera, it looks like his head's barely peeking over the edge of the desk.
Yeah, I
but you know, if you're going to be able to perform and you're going to be able to hit those strides and have those moments of players like Flash and StarCraft have had, and Saya player in Overwatch, etc., then don't question the process. Just let them do whatever they got to do.
I mean that is meaning about they're desperate to be like a want to win, and it's like a want to be like a perfect condition about the game. And every LAN event, you hard to be like be perfect like a same condition. So they just like have a different like a way to be making the game better to be like a work. So some player just bring the fan and for the mouse pad and their hand.
Right.
They also like it's not literally you can see from the cam, but a lot of people actually bring the fan. And Lijiang Towers are gonna be first map of the day.
Alrighty. Well, starting out with an old classic. As you can see, 7 potential maps played, maybe more if there's some ties. We haven't had a single tie, I think, though, in OWCS in Asia.
Yeah, I think so too.
I can't think of a single time that we have had a draw across all 3 regions. I could be missing one, but I'm pretty confident that it has not happened. It seems like it's fewer and further in between here in Overwatch 2 days. But Lijiang Tower to start things off. Let's see which team is going to be able to draw first blood. Of course, we're still going to be having loser picking a map type, the map, as well as that side selection from there on out. And then once we get past that map 5 point, that's when the map pool will be opened up once again, and you can reselect any previously played map types. So let's see what happens. The players are ready to go. The lobby is set up. They're loaded in, and they're on camera for the first time. LAZULI versus NyamGaming. Let's go ahead and get this grand final kicked off as we jump into Lijiang Tower on Night Market.
Hidden looks like he is a skin player. I mean, like if you're watching the Axie, Ans, or like a Saya player, like a lot of Carpe, or a lot of his skin player is looks like sharp player. Like I don't know why, but it looks like personality is like including for his game. Okay, so Leon Patrick's is going to be starting with his signature hero with the Junker King, with the Mei and Juno Ana. This is not really, you can give in a lot of healing for your tank, but you have a potentially really strong dive power and Symmetra. He didn't just lock in the Symmetra. I didn't expect this one. And this is going to be showing up a lot of advantage for the LAZULI team because, yeah, their aggressive is really good and their damage boss is pretty strong. And Lamatra is like have a hard time for here and they can keep chasing it here. And NyamGaming doesn't have like a really winning condition. Their winning condition come from the LAZULI if they're doing the wrong play and like, yeah.
Oh, well, out in the open there, Scarlet, and he's going to be antied out, does get taken down, so there's the first blood as Hidden's able to claim it. He's tagged up for a brief little moment there as they're trying to push forward, but Mimosa's going to be taken out as well, so Doc's not able to find too much. Does get slept, put down here on the floor, and in all likelihood get cleaned up as Slow just comes across, and that's going to be Daisy falling. No one capped the point until right now, but it's going to be LAZULI winning out the first fight as they go ahead and finish off the enemy tank, getting that further stagger, looking for Scarlet as well, but now LAZULI start getting themselves on the board.
Yeah, so why do I say that NyamGaming doesn't have a winning play is they're not really good at the near fight and not really good at the like a long range fight. They need like just waiting for the point control. Once you get the point control, you will have automatically chance to be gonna be winning condition from com. But I think NyamGaming was like want to do the engage to them. And I think that was kind of misplay, but it's not really matter. They need to waiting for like a soldier condition. Once you get the soldier condition, they will have automatically have a point control, but I think it's not really good signal coming here.
Okay, well, it's going to be Orbital Ray for Orbital Ray here.
Oh, nice
torpedoes going to be sent out. Why not able to find one? But Shui answering back. The support for the tank. NyamGaming now suffering further losses as Daisy gets taken down. A knife to the face from Leonoptrix shuts it down. It's going to be an ult invested and an ult matched, but the fight win
nice
still going the way here of LAZULI. Scarlet's going to be able to pick up Stray there on the Hidden at the very end, but ultimately they're no closer to getting this flip into their favor.
Yeah, I think this meta requires to play the Mei. If you can't play the Mei, you really have the disadvantage of the control, the fight by near fight and long range fight and space control. So it's NyamGaming Scarlet need to be approved why he played the game. Oh my.
Doc's going to be pulled in, walled off, frozen up as the Blizzard's laid at his feet. He will be taken out. Overclock popped there from Daisy, but not really seeing any connections coming through there. Just looking at the HP bars, he will be able to slide across, find Navis with a headshot, but it's still 3 players down at 80% for the side of LAZULI, and they still have 2 ultimates.
I think it's not really good condition for the NyamGaming. I think they need to go into the point control, but I think Daisy is hard to like a making condition for here. Oh my!
Mana now across on Leonoptrix. The Rampage goes out, catches on to so many players. Mimosa going to be bled out. Can't even build up a rally across the entirety here of this sub-map. Annihilation will be popped. Scarlet with the blade, able to find 2. A fighting opportunity if they can try to get through Leonoptrix, but the knife will take him down. Shui is there for the follow-up. And that is going to be the first round going to LAZULI 100-0. Dominant start from them here on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, I think Leon Patrick's is a Junker King is really high quality and like a really aggressive, and he knows the tempo of the engaging. And okay,
What adjustments that we get, but yeah, I mean, Nano to Rampage. Oh, into a pause. If we get any word on this one, we will, of course, radio that to you guys.
we can heard about the Japan broadcasting, like saying something, but not sure what they're gonna be.
Back to us.
Yep.
No disconnects. Not sure what's going on. Could be, FPS type deal. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Either way, hopefully nothing that takes too long. But very good start here for the side of LAZULI.
I think this is like a meta understanding of the LAZULI is pretty decent because the Mei is one of the really good hero for the making the control of the point, and Junker King is definitely have a high synergy with the Mei. And the interesting point about no one using like a Symmetra before, but me and Rush like really thinking about this kind of Mei meta every single time. The Symmetra is gonna be really working together with the high quality, because one of the reasons like you can like disengage, engage, and you have a bunch of the damage like you can require to be do, because once you try to break the May Ice Wall, you will automatically get the energy for the damage. And the Ana was kind of questionable for me because Ana is not really good pick for this kind of require a lot of healing. So most of the time people using like a more different hero, but I think Joker can like a shout is giving enough like a situation be like it can control. So I think they don't So I think largely the map understanding, calm understanding of the meta is pretty decent right now.
Well, game is being on pause here at the moment, so we should be going back into this one very quickly. There we go.
Yeah. So I think if you want to using this like a Genji comp base, Genji is not really easy to kill level enemies. What is it? Symmetra and Mei and Junker Kid, so it's really have a hard time to make it. So who will make that space to control to gonna be the kill level target by Docs and Daisy? They need to be like really making a space for the Scarlet.
They're gonna go for the Genji though.
Yep.
Once again, Hidden's coming out with a Junkrat.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
Shout out to Jake wherever you're at. He's probably in bed. But Junkrat in play here in 2024. Wide out Mimosa already taking some early damage. Mimosa nearly gets taken out. And there you go. Leonoptrix is able to find the kill. Scarlet does fall, however. Or does find Sakame, I should say, despite being antied out. And Hidden will get picked off, so I'm expecting maybe just a quick swap. We'll see if he sticks with it. But either way, NyamGaming looking alive and looking to win their first fight so far here of the grand final. Leonoptrix, though, still shoving them back, keep them forced away. Docs, in the meantime, going to put some pressure down here from the server room. And with the help of Scarlet, they will be able to go ahead and take out the enemy tank. Scarlet trying to not over-pursue, cannot escape, will get punished. Point cap, however, still does come through here for Nyam, but the kills on the back end are looking good. Hidden still sticks with the Junkrat, finds Mimosa. There's 2 players down, waiting to respawn as LAZULI starts making their way back over to the point.
I mean, the Junkrat is not playable most of the time because the Junkrat damage and everything is good, but he hard to create the space for the team. He just like just poking the space and not pushing the enemy out is one of the trouble. And look at this one.
It's got a big juicy target on Docs, who somehow is not being taken out. Scarlet will fall though, was slept by Sakame. As Wydot now hovering just here, riding along the ceilings. Avoid those right clicks as much as humanly possible, but eventually does get hounded down to Sakame, gets involved. Leonoptrix with a 2-piece, looking for a third, pushing forward. We'll just have that bleed across where Shui can go ahead and scoop the kill. So a fairly fast flip here for LAZULI, now in control and trying to retake this space, trying to push back through this choke versus not only the Mei, that's already paying in the rear, but the Junkrat as well. This could be very difficult for NyamGaming.
I think if they want to make a decision, okay, Docs still in trouble. Oh, but Maywar is kind of like a bad spot, so this is save his life in days.
Okay, just walking across that Blizzard. Overclock, pop, Daisy able to find 2 kills. Rampage will bleed Docs down, but Leonoptrix now is just so far forward, all on his lonesome for the most part. It's a quick little peek over to the side. Daisy trying to play elusively, but the knife does end up connecting. Leonoptrix making it costly, making sure that no one really has a clean reset, but NyamGaming had the back cap coming through in the meantime, so they regained the lead already.
Yeah, I think Scarlet was touching the point was like make them snowball to be like a control of the situation, and this is gonna be like a Blade condition. But Tyre is one of the good ultimate for the counter Blade, so
yeah,
I haven't seen this one long time, but maybe we can see it today. Tyre is coming.
He manages to find 2. No shutdown on the Blade, but it might not matter at all. Scarlet and Wydot both could be taken down, and that's right as the Kitsune Rush comes through. A great counteraction here from the side of Hidden. Sakame trying to stay alive. The Bionade at his feet will take out Docs, and now it's going to be LAZULI once again gaining control. Nyam up to 68, but LAZULI nipping at their heels.
This is like really fun to watching because Junkrat kill the Genji. I have this one like more than 6 years, but I think the Blade is gonna be one of the really highlights ultimate, especially when you do lead take because space is narrow, so you hard. Oh my!
The Mimosa's just blown up.
Oh, nice!
Hidden finding the kill, but Scarlet does manage to go ahead, get the reset, avoids the martyrdom there on the ground, but now he's just gonna be locked in place. Did get the dash up in time. Davis, however, will get traded out. 2 for 1. DPS-less here are LAZULI, but NyamGaming now once again losing the lead. Daisy tagged up Sakame, overstaying, not quite reading. The Docs was there on his flank, ends up getting taken down. NyamGaming now look for the flip here into their favor. Quick little TP forward, blink forward, into a kill. Hidden buys a few extra percentage there for them. NyamGaming back into the driver's seat, looking to try to take us over to Gardens for a third and final round.
So Blade, I mentioned earlier, but if you have a space like an enemy detection, Blade quality is going to be high because of the you have so much bunch of the target. But once you detection is going to be hard, so this is going to be a good Blade spot.
Pull down, gets the sleep, reflect
Oh
over
my
on the
God.
Shree, but the Nano comes out in response to try to keep him alive. Now the Orbital Ray layered down. Why not? Taken out, Daisy dead. Shui turns back, finds Scarlet, and they have completely counteracted this Blade in gorgeous fashion. NyamGaming up to 99, but Mimosa is going to be staggered, picked off here at the end, and I don't know that anybody's going to be able to get the touch. Scarlet swaps over onto the Tracer, but LAZULI pushing forward, ready to greet them, trying to deny this access. Can he make it in time? He needs another blink. He forces out the OT. Is he going to be tagged down? Overtime once again, going to be bleeding. Somebody needs to make their way over, and they just can't get it done. LAZULI taking the opening map of Lijiang Tower in 2-0 fashion. Nyam looking way more alive and comfy there on Control Center, but still just cannot get that sub-map win.
I think Junkrat is making someone like make them the crack of the situation a lot and harder. And that 2-tire kill was like awesome. And I'm even not sure which angle he was dropping there his tire, but I think last fight also Scarlet dive with the Blade was pretty decent, and he was even reflect about the sleep dart. And I was already finished. I was thinking about this is maybe the NyamGaming gonna win this map, but somehow they're gonna be using the satellite and just push in the ignore the enemy Genji and just get like a. That was like a lovely to see that, yeah.
It was really good. I mean,
Yeah.
just great responses coming through from Sakame just to keep them alive. Just saying like, okay, you're getting jumped on, you're slapped by my own hand.
Yeah.
But the Nano comes out in response. By that point, it's already too late.
Yeah.
You know, the wake up comes through, and they're able to just go ahead and start picking them apart. So fantastically done here from the side of LAZULI. As a 2-0 victory, 100-0 on that first round as well. So fairly dominant showing here from them, bit more competitive on the side of Control Center. But for Nyam, it's, you know, you just brush that one off. Okay, Control, whatever. We couldn't get that win there. It's their map pick. We'll have to see where they decide to take us.
Because I think Junkrat is very good at this kind of like a narrow map, like a tiny map. Because you have a bunch of the way to be can touch the enemy, like a lot of DPS and backline. But if they're going to choose a more widely map and like something big map, I think Junkrat is not going to be any more like a playable. So that means Ash is also like be part of the can play. So we can see, yeah,
we will. But we're going to go to a quick little break, a little bit of a respite here from the side of NyamGaming while they put their heads together and figure out what map they want to go to. So we'll see you guys on the other side of this break. Alrighty, we're back. A quick little break there, and now we get ready to go ahead and resume the action.
Yep.
With NyamGaming getting ready to go up for their map pick. So curiosity abound, wondering where they're going to be taking us. Obviously, the pool right now wide open, only Lijiang Tower out of the way.
Yep.
So not really sure what they're going to be looking to do here.
So they need to choose the map about the wide map. So if I gonna be choose a hybrid, I think the wide map is Blizzard World, and push map can be Newkin Street or Runasapi, and Plush Point, the Yuzhongguan City is good. Escort, Dorado or Drunkard Town is good for them because they wanted to. Oh, we finally can see the Japan cheerful, and oh, it's cute.
Some nice fan signs here. Unfortunately, we're not going to be of much use as far as translating what the fan signs say, so we're just going to have to go off of the general vibe. But right now, it's looking like nothing but positives here.
Okay.
See some support there for NyamGaming in the audience.
That is like their the caster name, Capo.
Okay.
Yeah, the fan of them.
Oh.
Docs and who?
Docs and Kiru.
Kiru. Oh, okay.
They're saying Docs versus Kiru. That's maybe a little bit of an imbalanced one, given that it's a tank versus a support. But maybe the support will win it out.
I think he may be the friend of both of them. Yeah, it's making a little more sense.
Likely to be the case there. But I mean, even CC2 here. Nice little drawing for him.
Oh, that is Namakuji
Oh,
brother.
yeah, Namakuji win.
And that CO2, wow, that's actually really high quality.
I like that. Well, CC2, we'll yet to have seen him. He's only played a couple of times, I believe, here in Stage 2. But maybe we can get him showing up here in this grand final. Would be super sick to see. But as far as I know, going into whatever our next map is, we don't have any substitutions from either side.
Yeah,
so
that is true.
Not going to be seeing any differentiation. As let me put the coffee. We're peeling back the curtain. We're breaking the fourth wall. The casters drink coffee? They have to be caffeinated? What?
We need. Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, if you do like a play at the match, a lot of caffeine you need this. And I think, I'm not sure the NyamGaming or LAZULI which drinking they're gonna drink it, but drink a lot of caffeine actually helps a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've widely, especially compared to like the olden days when I was a little bit of a younger guy, I've been able to kind of roll back how much caffeine I usually do end up consuming in a given day. I think what like season 2 of Overwatch League when Wolf and I had first joined, I brought probably every single day I'm trying to think how big the can was of energy drink that I was drinking. It was probably about half a liter.
Really?
It was pretty big. Maybe it was like 370 something milliliter.
Okay.
I don't fully remember.
Yeah.
But I would bring that to the studio because it was a brand that is not really sold anywhere.
Yeah. Oh,
as far as like in stores are concerned, so I had to have it shipped to Wolf and I's apartment.
Oh.
And I would take that. It's called Balls for anybody who knows. If you know, you know. It's BAWLS, and it's amazing. But Blizzard World. But anyway, I would take that, and then I would have like 2 coffees after that during the cast.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of caffeine.
And that would be that was when we were just casting one series. Because we would swap with people. So we just go in. I mean, that's just what I used to do.
Oh, yeah. So that is caffeine is really important for the energy and a lot of point. But Blizzard World, this is kind of expected because the Daisy want to do like his Ash and Sojourn. This is one of the good map for doing that. And Junker King also hard to learning except third point. So that is also good signal. And the Mei also hard to using at the second point. First point, third point, Mei is possible to learn. But the second point, the Mei is not really playable. So this is a great map choice by NyamGaming. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, let's see how this works out for them. And I'm going to have my eyes on Hidden to see what he's going to be bringing to the table once again. I don't think the Junkrat has really been meta on Blizzard World, not since the Contenders days back in 2018. But I do often think about Haksal playing it here on Blizzard World, getting a full hold. I would love to see some more of it, but I think that is going to be fairly unlikely. But for now, some big smiles here on the side of LAZULI as we get loaded up and ready for this second map of this grand final. See if the map pick is going to be good enough for the run back here for NyamGaming, bring us to parity, or if LAZULI will look to just run away with the series.
And NyamGaming bring the Winston come with the basic hero. Like a backline is Honor Break and DPS Ashe Tracer. But right now the Ashe and Tracer both is pretty have a huge nerf. And that is one of the reasons like a lot of team not using anymore this one, but largely what they're gonna be bringing for the against that. And this Widowmaker need to be like a one-shot play with the here, so careful about that. If you're dying from there, no matter what using what comp, you're gonna be having trouble, so careful.
Waiting for the moment. TP forward. This, of course, minor spectator bug, but yep, quick little life grip back. Does find the headshot there on the docks, but it'll just be the swap. So they're still going to be looking to run the Mei, at least here on point A. You were just talking about this 9K.
Yeah, and Mei is good to counter enemy Tracer at the Ashe both because of a lot of long range distance and a lot of damage, but it's not really good against the Winston and Ana combination because require a lot of healing, and once you require a lot of healing, meaning what that you will hard to push in. You don't have a power to push out the Winston really strongly, so it's not gonna be good. Looks like not really good choice by LAZULI, but oh my god.
Okay, well, Mavis is just going to be able to hit a straight headshot, and Hidden does much the same. Scarlet and Mimosa both going to be taken down. Leonoptrix kept sustained, was down to a sliver of HP off camera for the longest time, but eventually is going to be found, and now Daisy is in a poor spot. Will just be hounded down as Shui is able to find that elimination. And that is just going to be the cleanup coming through. Dox does manage to find one, but he himself completely and utterly isolated, unable to make it over to the Mega Pack. And already that second tick is going to be coming through. This should just be the cap, unless they go for any kind of last-second touch, but it looks like Scarlet not willing to do it. So it's 5 minutes, 12 seconds, and Hidden already out into a very forward position on the high ground.
Yeah, this high ground also good for like doing the punish enemy rotation, punish on enemy. Okay.
Dynamite across. Daisy, despite the death, does still have a slight little lead here towards that Bob. Hitting under some pressure, though, able to shrug that off. And this payload is going to start working its way through the opening archway.
Yeah, so I mentioned about the Mei is going to be hard to loading it here is because Mei doesn't have a power to control the high ground, but oh my.
I mean, he's also priced in. Does now have that Blizzard online, so wants to at least be able to commit that one here for a fight. As the Bob going to be sent through. Leonoptrix getting whittled away at. Does get taken down. Mimosa able to find that kill. Shui at the same time. Does get rid of Daisy, but Mimosa now falling similarly. Pulls Bob lob in the attempt. Not quite going to find that connection. And Wydot now being taken down as Hidden gets the nano boost. Means that this cart is going to start breezing forward.
And once you get this kind of high ground control, and the payload control, oh my. Can you go? Oh.
It's just back-to-back headshots, but at that distance, not really going to be too much kill pressure without any kind of assistant damage.
But Bob can be like a push hard to them, and okay, it's kind of wasted at here.
Where did he go?
I have no clue.
Didn't quite see where he ended up. Either way, it looked like he was sending it over towards a high ground.
Oh,
Dox, in the meantime, pops the primals, able to find one. Sakame going to be taken out. Leonoptrix really letting the HP bar run down low before popping his own, but with two players being taken out, Shui under fire, eliminated. Dox just cleans up 3 here, completely in the back line, unassisted. And that is going to be the cart now, held in position for a little bit longer, but ultimately it's only been about 2 minutes gone from the starting time bank after the cap on A, and the cart got a decent amount of distance covered.
Yeah, and also this is going to be making a lot of trouble for the Sakuma and Shui because they don't have like a power to control enemy Winston when the Winston jump it. I think Navis also. Oh!
Okay. I was questioning why Daisy was still continuing to push forward. Being that low, just trying to reposition, but Navis finds another headshot. Blizzard now going to be committed here. Sends it down, Dox. frozen up on the side. Leonoptrix trying to keep the healers away. Very nice little zoning maneuver there from him. Scarlet Pulse comes across, this time able to find a target. His hidden will be taken down. Moza, however, going to fall. Y-Dot whittled away at, worked lower and lower. Will be picked up there by Leonoptrix in the back. So Cart once again starting to move forward for that extra minute and a half bump up. Drop down comes through as Leonoptrix and Docs Wiley just shaking hands, saying, yep, let's just go ahead and ignore each other. Doesn't really matter too much. As they just allow access into the back line. Stacey, Scarlet both going to be cleaned up. Orbital Ray trying to keep everybody alive here on the side of LAZULI, working a treat. Navis, the recipient of a nano boost. Not something that you see every day for a May, but does result in him picking up 3 kills. Looking for a next one, cannot make it happen, but the cart will get pushed into B. So 3.5 minutes now for LAZULI on the final stretch.
If he Docs get the ultimate, I think they have a bunch of the chance we can holding the second point strongly. But I think right now the really key of the game is which backline can be survivor from the each other tank, because I think the key is like a
We'll jump back.
Okay.
Scarlet. Navis doesn't end up falling. Scarlet with a good kill. Doc's still just waiting. Can hold here on this corner for quite some time. Looks like he wants to go aggressive though, but almost gets taken out. Bubble comes through, still does have that primal in the back pocket.
And third point is really good to swap to like a kind of brawly tank, like a Freaking or like a Lamatra. I think Leonoptrix will chance to be swapped to the other tank, but yeah.
Well, not sure who exactly woke him up, but Doc's back on his feet, is able to find one, but Sakame eventually does hound him down. Y-Dot similarly juggled forward away from the rest of the squad, ends up falling. That's going to be a third kill getting ready to come through as Mimosa is hanging on by a thread, will eventually break. Scarlet dead as well means that Daisy's the last one left standing. Push forward from Leonoptrix trying to find that punish, but LAZULI now opening up some space, breaking out of that initial choke here for the final stretch, and even getting ready to round this last corner. 3 ultimates to work with here for the side of LAZULI. Just above the rally at the moment here for NyamGaming.
This is LAZULI ultimate. You really have a strong power to control the inside. Oh, good flank.
Daisy going for that flank, sends out the bob. Cart going to be contested here for the moment. Orbital Array going to be coming down from Shui. Davis drops in the blizzard and finds the headshot there onto Y-Dot. Now it's just Mimosa widely tucked back, having to wait this one out. His teammates, however, dying. The cart getting closer. He might just have to rally and go in solo. That's the only real recourse that they have. Is he going to be going for this one at all? Scarlet managing the TP forward, but now it's just down to 0.13 meters, and Mimosa just cannot survive. Rally be damned. LAZULI, and they get to the end of Blizzard World with 1:38 minutes to spare.
This is 0.5 is kind of LAZULI doing so much great to counter enemy dive condition, because I think they realize about the if our backline didn't die, we're gonna be win. So that is gonna be like a Nevis and Hidden stack with their backline together. And that was a listen. Sharp shooter.
I didn't realize he was quite on that flank, but
yeah,
fairly nicely done. I mean, this is the nanoed up May. Just getting the freeze in. Very excellently done. Like I said, not something that we see very often, but Nevis clearly incredibly well practiced with that.
Yeah. And May is right now one of the biggest meta pick, because May doesn't have a damage drop. The falling drop is making the May value high, and also Tracer and Ashe nerf is kind of critical be like that. And Juno is have a good synergy with the May because the speed hyperlink and the ultimate satellite also have a good synergy with the May. So that is the reason a lot of team try to using the May together.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
Well,
okay.
Hidden is just rotating through all of the classics today.
and he tried to kill the enemy Winston, I guess. This is one of the reasons. And this tower, I even don't know, you can settle your tower there. And okay, so this up to the Ashe and Tracer, the Juno Ana. But logically, the Leonoptrix doesn't have a good dive hero together. He have Oni can dive with him solo.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, we've got the sleep dart woven through there before the bubble came down. Scarlet waiting for that ice block to expire. Bionate going to be lobbed in, and Navis kept alive. Good sustain, but now Leonoptrix, the one under the fire. Threatened down low, but so far LAZULI just able to keep everybody alive. Clear out here on the turret. Taking this guy's is Shui. It's going to be Docs eliminated. Hidden, able to find that kill.
Docs.
The double assist there from the supports. Helping the setup for that. Anti now across on the Daisy. Scarlet able to find one, so the Torbjorn will be taken out, but cleanup still looking damn good here for LAZULI, who stave off the first volley.
The winning condition for the NyamGaming is they're going to be making the enemy space narrow. Once you get the narrow space, they will have opportunity to doing the strong dive, but I think in that time, Docs need to be not taking a lot of damage from the Hidden and Nevis. It's not really easy, but that is one of the way they can get the winning condition. And Sakume ultimate Nano will become faster than enemy, so they need to be controlled. That is first of the key. If they die from this Nano, the ultimate cycle is going to be really have a hard time, so they need to be really secure for that. Okay.
Looking for that left side approach, but Leonoptrix is able to reroute them. Pulse bomb sent out from Scarlet off screen, but connection and kill not going to be found.
Good play,
Double
good
support
play.
ultimates now here online, and there's the Nano invested. Leonoptrix, the recipient, goes jumping into the back. He's seeking for a target. Doesn't really find anything quite just yet. Nevis nearly melted down. Does end up getting stomped here on the back end, but Mimosa and Daisy are the cost. So it's still a continuous trade up here for the side of LAZULI, just maintaining control. Primal will effectively be forced out here as Y-Dot. It's not going to be the biggest value. Leonoptrix guarantees that he survives. He finds that elimination, but ultimately we'll have that tool gone. But 1 minute and 48 seconds now remaining here for the side of NyamGaming. 3 ultimates about ready to be worked with, but LAZULI are close to match. That Blizzard, that Molten Core, not far off.
And some people can ask about why the Mimosa and you didn't have an ultimate, because the Docs like die at the first fight of the game, and that is making the snowball about why they didn't have ultimate. And oh my,
Multiple rays coming out here on both sides. Bionade comes across, and there you go. Leonoptrix going to be taken down at the back of that sleep as well. Freeze comes in though, right as Daisy was about to line up a headshot. Can't quite find it, and Hidden's able to collect 2. Molten Core still here in the back pocket. That would have been a hell of a wall there from Navis to go ahead and interrupt that leap out, but it might not matter too much as Hidden. He's going forward. I don't think you're going to be able to get the melee kill there onto the enemy tank. We'll have to backpedal, but this is still LAZULI holding the line. They're already doing wonders. Even if this cap comes in, NyamGaming, they just have such limited time to try to work with.
The Scarlet, the one pulse bomb can possibly save the team. He needs a good target to kill level.
Hidden nearly taken down. I believe the pulse was what kind of started to shatter his HP bar there, but yes, Sleep Dart will come across. Doc's now going to be antied out in the back lines, down to about half HP. So far, just a clear out on the turret. Nano invested over towards Leonoptrix. Hidden, able to find one. Y-Dot going to be taken down. Sakame does get traded out, but Hidden finds himself a second. Daisy dead. Mimosa finally brings the Torb's Reign of Terror here to a conclusion. And Scarlet gets on top of Nevis, finds the pick onto the May. Test coming in. Leonoptrix, though, just basically alone here in this bubble. Will not be able to buy more time, so it seems like in the last few seconds, this will be extended. NyamGaming not going to be going down without a fight here on Blizzard World. They get the cap, but it's only 2.5 minutes as they get ready to start the push.
And also, this second point is really good scenario for the NyamGaming, because LAZULI doesn't have a person who can control the payload, because they have a Maya and Ashe. They never can go to the payload. So if the NyamGaming just like a Tracer control the point, they will have automatically can push the payload until the end of the point. So they doesn't need to be hurried to get the target kill, because they LAZULI probably want to do like a counter enemy diving. Okay.
Hold in play. Orbital Ray now dropped in from Shui. Leonoptrix up onto the high ground. Primal just 1% away. Docs at the same time. Up onto the cannon. I mean, he's trying to find any kind of target. Hidden will fall, but again, the trade-up is there as Mimosa and Daisy both can take it down. Scarlet does come up with a second, though, as Sakame ends up getting eliminated, but that backline pressure now alleviated. And Shui is able to find him. Obviously, respawn advantage going to be here for the side of the opposite. Leonoptrix not going to be able to play that far forward for too long. We'll wait for these players to rejoin, but does have a bailout in that Primal potentially. But this is still so much time being bought here for LAZULI on this defense. Nano now going to be invested. The jump forward, Hidden. Going to be hounded down. An immediate kill found from Docs. Now turns his sights over to Sakame, who just cannot survive. Doesn't have any self-peel tools. And Leonoptrix says, okay, I'm not going to Primal here. I'm going to opt to die. Go for the reset and get fully back together as a 5-man squad.
And very funny information is that she was actually DPS and Navius actually support at their team, but once the Juno came out, they suddenly swapped their role, and it wasn't working very well until now.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, I think Shui, even pre-Juno, had done a little bit of swapping over into the support role, but it wasn't looking nearly as good as it has with him on Juno. But speaking of which, he comes up right when asked. Daisy taken out. Leonoptrix and looking for the juggle here. A couple of targets to try to cleave down. Gets in on top of Moza. Is able to come up with the goods. Why not just staying tucked back over the side? But okay, Slick Dart will come in. Can he find the execution though? Shui trying to answer back with a Bionade will be able to claim him, but why not gives his life for that? He's further disconnected from the rest of the team, and there's only 12 seconds remaining. That kill is just ultimately not going to be worth it.
And they have so much good ultimate by LAZULI's side. The satellite and Nano from here.
The touch is there. The bomb is available here on both sides. Nano in the hands of Sakame. It's overtime going to start bleeding down. Doc, Scarlet, Daisy all just falling to the wayside, and that is going to do it. No one else remotely in position to be able to try to find the touch to keep it going. As that is LAZULI now moving up 2-0 here, halfway to lifting the trophy for themselves in the Japanese region, halfway to punching the ticket over here to the OWCS Major as the #1 seed.
Yeah, #1 seed is going to be very important for them to be who they're going to be facing too, and also that is going to be they have a map choice also if you have a first seed. So a lot of like advantage you will get it. So definitely LAZULI want to get the first seed, and Hidden Navis both of them going to be like showing so much good TPS lineup to be like a Mei and Tracer and Junkrat. But that, I think that is making so much trouble for the Docs and Daisy and Scarlet, because Scarlet doing the Tracer very decent level, but I think the Mei and both in the same time, the toll can be like a counter there, like space control. So I think space control is one of the NyamGaming specialists for that. So I think this is like have a trouble, and I expecting they're gonna be making so much like a good play by Daisy, the Ashe, because of the long range distance, but he didn't also want to play the Ashe, and it's a approval point. So it's hard to say. They need to like literally need to be thinking about right now which map they're gonna be choose for that.
Yeah, I mean, your options. It's feeling a little bit worse and worse with every twist and turn. I mean, you talked about open maps. It didn't work out too well for them here on Blizzard World. Need to have a very strong attack. Nearly got full held. Maybe that Dorado ends up coming through here for them, but that's also been a map that's quite good. It's 2-0 for the side of LAZULI, but we're not sure. We're going to go to a quick little break. When we come back, we'll see what that third map is going to be, but time is dwindling for NyamGaming. welcome back. It is now time to go into map 3 of this series. And right now we have LAZULI out in front. 2-0 in the set. The Blizzard World pick not working out for the side of NyamGaming. Now we have to see where they opt to take us to try to start turning the tides around, because otherwise, you don't want to be in a situation where you have to reverse sweep in a grand final in a best of 7. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, that does not happen very often. And also right now, the Scarlet signature hero is not working of the map. And that is, they're going to find the answer of this. But I think Scarlet also can play Echo. And Echo is pretty decent hero right now.
Sure.
Yeah, and that is, they need to like play, I think, based on like an Echo map. And Echo map is Shambhala is good. And Suravasa is good. Okay, we can, okay.
More fan cheerfuls. As well, right now, Leonoptrix looking like a damn good player to be cheering for.
Yeah.
As LAZULI have been very much reinvigorated, I think, with Leonoptrix joining. Obviously, he was playing on a completely different squad in Stage 1. Comes over here and now is in a grand final. So that is that's when you look back and say like, oh, did I make the right decision?
Yeah,
I
think
swap
so
my
too.
teams. Yes, yeah, I think you
yeah.
did. But yeah, we'll wait to see what the map pick is going to be here. Obviously, push, flashpoint, escort the available map types here at the moment. Not until we get after that map 5 and have all the previous ones played will the rest be re-unlocked, I suppose.
And also, Leon Pictures was Axe team was Insomnia, so they beat the Insomnia and making this final. So probably a lot of energy and a lot of like motivations come from there to be making the final. And Leon Pictures, I think I already said it from the last tournament. I think he's one of the good tank player in the Japan scene because he's aggressive and hero pool of the map is pretty decent. And I didn't realize he can play even Winston, and Winston was pretty decent today and against the Ducks. And his signal wise is really giving like maybe it's LAZULI have a pretty long like a dynasty. Yeah, can be possible.
It very well could be. I mean, especially with what was I about to say? With like Varel kind of falling to the wayside, there's that opportunity for this to be seized, and I mean, yes, Leonoptrix, he has had that success in the past on Insomnia, but was always kind of in that position behind Varel. Now he's here on LAZULI and could very well take that first seed for the first time. So while he's no stranger to competition, it's still just you got to feel like this is still that glow up if they are in fact able to just come through here and relatively sweep this final. Maybe not even if it's not a 4-0, a 4-2, a 4-1, you're going to be feeling very, very good about that performance.
Yeah, I agree with you because even there right now have a 2-0 hat, and if they're finished with those 4-1 or 4-2, it's not really a matter of the losing like a 1 or 2 man. But if they want to do making that score, the most important map is going to be third map, because once you get the third map, you will only have a 1 map away from the finish the game, and they will have a not losing the confidence in there. So this is going to be like a real important map by LAZULI and the NyamGaming. 3-0 situation, liver sweep. I think I haven't seen it at all almost.
In a best of 7?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's happened, but it feels
hard.
Like it hasn't, but it's definitely insanely difficult. If there are any best of 7 reverse sweeps, they're just not really popping up in my brain. In some other titles, sure, I've seen those reverse sweeps in a grand final scenario, but usually that's a best of 5, etc., etc. But it's Circuit Royale, the escort pick coming through here from NyamGaming to try to turn things around. So let's see what these comps look like, because we've been seeing a ton of evolution in Stage 2 on this map. Previously, Circuit, the meta was set. You knew exactly what you were going to be playing, what your opponents were going to be playing. You're going to have that Sigma, you're going to have that Widowmaker, and back in the day, used to be you're going to have that Hanzo as well. But it's been very, very different looks. We've been seeing a lot more Ramantra coming through here on this map. It's turned into a more brawly style. We had the Venture just a couple days ago. As well in the wild card. But looks like we are ready to go, so let's get loaded up. LAZULI on the cusp of moving up to match point. NyamGaming need to build up some momentum, and they need to make it happen here. Otherwise, they're going to have to reverse sweep in this grand final to be the champions of OWCS Japan, to be that #1 seed going into the major.
Wow. That looks like a very... Okay. They have a club. Whatever.
Oh,
so, and Scarlet right now, the login to the May, so it's gonna be each other using the same comp, but it's already a lot of team using this man.
Yeah, just gonna take a couple shots there. Turrets do get cleared out, but is gonna be running the sim here for the defense. It feels like if this starts getting ramped up and he's able to really find impact like we were kind of seeing over on Lijiang Tower, this is one of those comps where you're like, okay, this is capable of a full hold.
Yeah, and also this kind of map and this kind of like a higher ground giving so much advantage for the Ana, and we already saw a lot of teams using the Ana, but I think Mimosa, Kiriko is also possible once you get the ultimate cycle. You will have so much advantage for to push the enemy out. So I think it's not really a bad choice. And only the problem is like ultimate cycle is going to be Nano is way faster than the Kiriko ulti. So
All right. Speaking of Jericho,
oh my,
he will just go ahead and disappear in the blink of an eye. LeonOptrix able to just go ahead and knock him down, swings in around the back, and Scarlet will fall as well. Dox has managed to equalize onto Navis, so trade on the maze, but still, ultimately, it's a trade up here for the side of LAZULI. It's just a little reswap there on the teleporter. Not sure exactly where he hit it and set it up, maybe to try to get Navis back here a little bit faster. Either way, LAZULI just going to be situated here on the corner, set up for this hold. And LeonOptrix keeping the card contested here at the moment. Shui ult at the ready, Y-Dot just about ready to match. Torpedo's going to be sent out, and there's the orbital ray now in play. The Nano about to be built up here on the back end, but once again it's going to be Mimosa taking down Scarlet. Dead again. Continue to just shove them back. NyamGaming just suffering losses one after the other, and that's again an ult committed into the fight here from them, but just outdone by LAZULI.
and Symmetra have a high synergy with this kind of comp I already mentioned before, because one of the reasons like you can break easily enemy shield and charge your DPS high, and also you can disengage from the enemy engage, and ultimate is also good with this kind of like a narrow fight or like a brawly fight. And I think it's gonna be hard to like expect in NyamGaming about that they're gonna be using Symmetra, and Symmetra also have a long lane DPS, like a not damage falling down from the by distance. So definitely Symmetra is a good hero for like a fight kind of here.
Nevis into the ice block. There's a considering rush opened up from Mimosa. Dox trying to push forward, punches flying down about half HP. Annihilation is at the ready here for both of these Ramatras, as they just have to wait out that blizzard. Holds him at bay here for the moment, as well as that photon barrier. Now Bolt's going to be expiring. Dox tries to go pushing forward. He'll get slept, does get woken up, however. Just trying desperately to seek a target, eventually is able to find Hidden. So Sim going to be dealt with. Scarlet now his own blizzard online. As the cart gets ready to round this final corner over towards A. Blizzard's going to be lobbed in, the wall coming up, trying to get the cutoff here on the LeonOptrix. The freeze will come through. The wall comes up, so they cannot get those heals woven in. So LeonOptrix ends up falling, and NyamGaming will be able to get the cap on A. As Hidden now going over to the Widowmaker, but might be a quick swap back.
And also, LAZULI have a Nano and LeonOptrix ultimate. So they have a good time to be clutched for the first point, but I think they're too much disengaged waiting their teammate, and that was kind of make a bad decision. And that decision making really gonna be in trouble like at this one, because the Daisy have ultimate and they have a May control by war. That means they can force in their resources a lot of retake situation. It's not a really good idea to using their ultimate for here. Okay, but this is in a different scenario.
Yeah, sticking with it, does manage to find that headshot as Scarlet gets taken down. Daisy, Y-Dot, both going to be traded out. And once again, I mean, it's a committal here on now two ultimates. Bob will find some value as Hidden got taken down, but he'll be able to fairly quickly rejoin. And now you see Mimosa at risk of getting picked off, does have that swift step up just in time.
Oh
but as I say that, Dox just gets shredded. Sakame and Navis just able to just completely tear him limb from limb. Nice stagger to be found, and yep, that gets hidden right back into position on the high ground.
Okay, Scarlet's off the Genji because of the Widowmaker, I guess. But it's hard to touch the enemy Widowmaker from this one. But I think Genji is a generally good pick. Okay. Okay, this is a good scenario for the NyamGaming. They know they don't have a main war.
Oh, swinging around the back though, looking for the slow field. The punch is coming across here on the Daisy, trying to take him down. Will not be able to make it happen, but Navis is opening up a lot of space. Has the ice block, will backpedal. Blizzard was committed there. Certainly the value in the kills are not going to be found, and now they're punished for their oversteps. So Navis and LeonOptrix both do fall. The card once again going to be moving forward in the NyamGaming. A decent shout to go ahead and get that minute and a half bump up is hidden, trying to make his exit, but everybody widely corralled together and very much at risk of getting punished, and they will. Scarlet's able to find one. Cart still being brought forward. And the chance at a recontest here is looking unlikely. Sakame, did he send the nano on to Hidden to try to keep him alive?
I think so. Because, but yeah, I think he didn't. Okay, good counter.
Well, that could be costly. Either way,
Oh, save
Ray
it.
does come through, but LeonOptrix pushing forward, just existing here within that orbital ray, soaking up the healing. Is able to just go ahead and knock him down, and Hidden in for sight rolls. He comes up with multiple kills across the fight. I believe 3 going here to the side of the Widowmaker. As the NyamGaming can't quite get across the line. Team kill graphic is back, it would seem. And now it's 40 seconds left for Nyam. Just a few scant meters left to go to get themselves across, to get that extra minute and a half.
They need to punish. They need to punish any target to get closer to be here. Days, starting with Days ulti is definitely good because of you can forcing a lot of space, and after that, Dot and Genji Blade can work it. So Days is starting with his ultimate. Doesn't need to be killed. They just need to forcing their space out.
There's the overclock, the wall in response to try cut off some of these sight lines. Decent damage here in reply as now the orbital ray comes down into the ice block. Goes Navis, barely stays alive.
Nice.
Disruptor shot going to be set up here at his feet, and he will immediately disappear as he comes out of the ice block. Meanwhile, Scarlet pushing into the back line. Look at the slice and dice. Will be able to find Hidden. That's the cleanup. Another team kill here, this time for NyamGaming, as they will just barely scrape by and clutch out the push here on to B. A minute and 25 seconds now left for them, as they do have a decent ult cycle coming back up. That Kitsune Rush, 29% away. Docs nearly with the Annihilation. They have the Blade.
But even they have a good ultimate cycle, Mei ult is easily countered by Kiriko, and Nano is the only way they can make the winning country from here. So they need to start in with the Nano, and after they can using the Mei ult is the best choice for them. But problem here is if they want to do that, they need to go to low ground. And once you go to low ground, Genji can have a lot of target for here. So I think it's dependent like a Scarlet how he making the game change.
Ooh, Daisy almost losing his life there.
Oh no, oh no,
There's the headshot, but can't quite find that punish. Now has to jump back as the pressure starts coming through. Blade going to be pulled out here from Scarlet. Held at bay here for the moment. The rest of the team widely was zoned out by the Blizzard. Hidden as well, getting that nano boost just to go ahead and ensure that they can keep him in the fight. He's tagged up, still hold on the corner, attempted here from the side of LAZULI, and Daisy's the first one to fall. Doc similarly might just get taken down, but no, he pops the Annihilation. Was trying to turn the tides here of this one, and so far it's working a treat. Hidden and Sakame both going to be eliminated. LeonOptrix now trying to backpedal as quickly as he possibly can. Gets stuck back around the corner, but he just doesn't have the supports available to try to keep him sustained. Ends up getting taken down as Doc's just swinging away with the punches. Comes up with the goods. NyamGaming now here on the home stretch as the overtime comes through. They have an orbital ready to try to work with. LAZULI shy on some ultimates. Hidden, desperately trying to get that Bob online to have some further contest here. Just 15% left to go.
Oh, nice kill.
Sakame going to be taken out. Scarlet, huge. Finds Hidden as well. Bob no longer a factor as LeonOptrix will fall to the wayside. It looks like NyamGaming here in OT will be able to make their way to the end of Circuit Royale.
Wow, Scarlet just hard carry about the third point. I mean, after he using the blade, the forcing the enemy space and ultimate and Lado out, that is like a real important time for the Scarlet need to be get a kill or like a assassinate or any other thing. But I think Scarlet doing so much well play and making the save the NyamGaming at the third point. So defense, he can do the Mei or he can do Echo. Both is kind of working, but Genji is not going to be working at the first point because first point Genji is barely can touch the enemy the option, and it's need to be required to be played the Mei or Echo. And second point, you can play Genji, but yeah, this is a make more reasonable choice. And Mimosa Kiriko is gonna be have a hard time to the Navis Mei. So okay, he then going to do Mei?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Let's
Yeah.
see what he lands on here. I mean, I granted, like, I don't mind it too much. We've seen some success, if you, especially if you can try to just catch somebody like Docs off guard at the very beginning.
Okay.
Get a wall up onto him, but
Oh.
they're swapping around a little bit. We saw the Venture flash there from Navis, but I guess May's been so clean today.
Yep.
Yeah, you might as well just swap it over, let him pilot that at every twist and turn.
Widowmaker is also make a sense. Or Echo is also fine. But Sim, okay, they're gonna be blocked at this near of space, so they wanna do holding the Sim.
There's the wall up. This gets raised here from Docs, but the ante now comes across. Gonna keep himself protected, but offers back quite a bit of damage, and Hidden's gonna be taken down. Daisy able to go ahead and win that one out, but Scarlet's gonna be traded at the same time. So DPS for DPS on both sides. Once again, the wall coming in though. Slowfield now gonna be slapped down at their feet. The punches right here into the face, just trying to find that pressure, and with the torpedoes coming through from Shui, they will be able to take out Daisy. And that's gonna be the break open here for this push to get started for the side of LAZULI.
1 minute bond and ultimate charge a lot. Whiteout is already have his ultimate here, so it's not really best scenario. But the problem here is Seam is really good to be counter enemy taking because of the lot of damage and a lot of space control. So once a LAZULI try to control the
Scarlet, gotta be careful.
yeah, they need to get pushed. Okay. If the Hidden not die, they will have a trouble. NyamGaming will have a trouble. They need to go fast with their ulti.
Oh, but the wall coming in. Doc's gonna be cut off. A little right in play now, though. Now matched by Shui. Torpedoes, they swing out around the corner. Wideout eliminated by the Annihilation. Docs and Mimosa all falling to the wayside. There's nothing more that Daisy and Scarlet can do other than, in all likelihood, die. So that's going to be the cap coming in. It's a monstrous time bank here for LAZULI. Another team kill here for them. It's just under 5 minutes for this next stretch of the map.
And this is one of the point of the Symmetra is why they're really good against this kind of slow team comp. You can do so much a pressure from the earlier and not have a list from the okay.
Taken low there, will be kept alive. Optrix at risk, and there you go. Yep, the headshot coming through the photon barrier would have protected him from that one, but it's just a little bit too late. So an ult going to be invested, but ultimately it is a save. A reset here from LAZULI, as they will just have to go ahead and back off, especially with Navis dead. So we'll just save the rest of these ultimates and it's set up to try to make them work. Docs playing on a very thin line here. Kitsune Rush comes in. Blizzard as well, going to be lobbed in from Scarlet. They're trying to get a freeze up onto somebody, but Shui's going to be taken down as Daisy's able to find one. Bionade into the Nano here on the Leonoptrix. Just go ahead and try to ensure his survival. Continues to push forward, but it's slow moving here now for the side of LAZULI. Get themselves back into a pushing position. Playing forward though is Mimosa. Quick little TP over to the side. Annihilation now up from Docs. Wall comes in, just trying to interrupt, trying to run down that ultimate as much as humanly possible, have it expire, and now it has.
They're push in, push back, push in, push back. But LAZULI have a really hard time for here. Okay, they get the Mimosa, it's pretty decent kill. So they need to keep chasing it here. If they're not chasing it here, they will have a trouble for the next fight. So they need to keep chasing.
Looking for a little bit more here. Orbital Ray invested from wideout, but he's just immediately taken down, so the supports are just getting cycled out one after the other. Freeze widely, only going to be finding the Bob, but stops him from pushing forward for the most part. And Bob does get rid of Shui. Annihilation, though, takes out Scarlet. Daisy under fire. Docs as well. I mean, he's just getting hit with the full microwave. And able to beam him down. That will be the cap on beat coming to fruition here for LAZULI. Even more time added to the bank now. 4:14 for themselves as they get ready to go on the final stretch. NyamGaming, they want to win the map. They're going to have to wait out this clock and hold them in position. Otherwise, we're going to be looking at some extra innings with a minute bump up potentially for LAZULI.
And Scarlet's of the Echo is meaning a lot of point about that. But I think third point, it's not really good to using the Echo. It's pretty late to change it, but Mimosa and Echo, if they play widely together, they okay.
He's in denial. Wall, not that tall, so can't get yourself back into the window there. And Photon Barrier going to be committed. Sakame, however, under some fire as Scarlet comes in with the beam as well. But Dox overstepping, ends up getting punished. Quick TP up onto the high ground. His hidden looks for a little bit more, but has to play elusively. Tugs back, but he's down so very low, and Daisy eventually is able to pursue for the kill. Should be at the same time able to find Y-Dot. Running out in that Juno battle, and Scarlet will get picked off as well. So a bloody back and forth here, but one that widely LAZULI are happy with because they're continuing to gain distance the cart now on the final stretch.
They just can be disengaged from the one state using the ulti. So LAZULI probably looking for the disengage, just baiting with the Leon Patrix. They doesn't have to be hurry.
And again here on this Widowmaker.
Oh, nice
these long
flank.
sidelines, but in around the back comes Scarlet. The Stickies connect. The beam across, and Scarlet.
Great job.
Yeah, saving them here on this defense, making sure that Widowmaker's not going to be finding any kind of instant value. Doesn't have to even commit the dupe for it. It's a really nice, sneaky coast side play. Swoops in from behind, finds the punish, and hidden immediately is back over onto the sim.
If the Scarlet doing more than straight time, I think they can win this map for sure. But the problem at here is they need to make giving them space at here if they want a Scarlet doing that kind of play. So okay, this is good. This is good.
Scarlet onto the high ground, but does again still have that dupe. Decent damage across here onto multiple players as the orbital rays come out from both sides. The dupe is in. He goes to the copy onto the Mei. Sakame here onto the high ground, lobs in that bio, clips onto Mimosa, and is able to find the snipe. Annihilation from Dox, able to claim one though. His hidden's going to be taken down, but now Sakame finds another. Y-Dot going to be eliminated. Scarlet dead. The Bob there to try to delay. Annihilation pop from Leonoptrix, getting that HP bump up, and now it's just Dox keeping this contested here for the time being. The rest of the team looking to rejoin as Daisy gets picked off. The torpedoes coming across. Shui taking names left, right, and center. It's just 0.01 meters left to go here for LAZULI. Just need to try to clear it out, and Leonoptrix right now is looking like an immovable object, just swinging fists at every twist and turn, dashing around the side. Scarlet playing elusively for quite some time, but eventually it's just too much pressure. A minute and a half at the finish, bumped up to 2.5. We go to extra innings.
And just LAZULI doing so great rotation, and Scarlet have a slight little opportunity can block them and like chasing them, but I think LAZULI just like ignore the Echo at all, and they're just like make them to the point control, and the point is more important than any other kill. So I think making the good decision by LAZULI. And now the important for the NyamGaming, they will have a hard time to think about that. I think Scarlet right now, the Genji and Echo making so much valuable choice for them to be create the space and like assassinate. So are they gonna keep for that, or the first point is Mei is important? And they always saw enemy using the Mei and Seam together at the first point defense. So that means the Scarlet, if we wanna hold in the Mei, Daisy need to be like thinking about the much more like a main power hero, like a Widowmaker or the Ashe, and just boss their like a advantage fight. So it's very important for them to be understand about the where the Leon Patrix and the Navy is gonna be holding. So find the angle first.
Is this Widowmaker for real, or is it at least just an opening shot? We'll see. LAZULI back to similar scenes as Daisy. We'll just be right over onto the Ashe once more. Let's see though. Only a minute to work with here for the Son of NyamGaming, and they need to make it count. Spam on the right clicks, hidden. Just trying to open things up. Turn set up in behind them. Y-Dot comes in up over the top. Decent damage going to be found here on multiple players on the side of LAZULI. Leonoptrix worked down to about half HP, but still situated on the high ground here is Sakame. He gets a sleep dead across on the docks, peeling off some of that pressure. Bionade now going to be lobbed in. Docks, a recipient up it, and he is completely contained by the Mei wall. Falls to the wayside, and that's going to be cleanup now coming through. Just 14 seconds remaining, and it might just be those few scant meters accrued here for the side of NyamGaming.
Scarlet can touch the payload.
Ball coming up, trying to delay the dash in. Scarlet, he manages to make his way there. The overtime is going to be forced out with the torpedo from Shui. He takes him out of the equation. Drop down Sakame under a little bit of pressure, but Dox is able to find one. Navis dead. Sakame taken lower and lower. Torpedoes coming through. Now the orbital ray going to be invested in Dox. Gets taken down. Hidden finding the kill. The overtime starting to bleed out. Is Hidden just rushes forward, seeking target. It's a target-rich environment. One after the other. Falling to the wayside. The photon barrier now going to be invested in Scarlet. No way to escape. This gets hounded down. The fists fly. Daisy falls. And that is the forward hold here, just around that first corner. 34 meters from the side of NyamGaming. And with 2.5 minutes, LAZULI, it feels like they are very well poised to move up to match point.
Oh my. So I think Scarlet Echo was pretty decent in the last fight, but I think just in general, the Mei choice is not really their signature to play, because Navis and the Hidden just play the Mei Symmetra. It's much more like a Broly strong hero. And Mimosa Kiriko also not really good for the Broly hero situation, so they need to play more widely or like make it more correct play, like with the Echo flank or something like that. So I think right now the NyamGaming probably have a hard time about the which angle, which decision making is going to be good for them. So they need to find out from their player and coach to make decision from this after this map. And it's not the end of the game, because defense Kiriko is way better than attack Kiriko at this first point, because just in general attack Kiriko is better than defense Kiriko. But if you try to hold in this kind of counter situation and try to fight certain angle, I think Kiriko can make so much like a save the team with his skill, his skill. Yeah.
Well, here we go. Won't take much for LAZULI.
Oh,
As Navis is going to be swapping over onto the Bastion now, saying, you know what, let's go ahead and end this quick and easy, quick and dirty perhaps. TP up onto the high ground with the turrets as well. And Optrix in the meantime just trying to open up some space, but Dox gets his way into the back line. Sakame, Hidden, Navis all going to be taken down. That's going to be the first 30 seconds bought off the clock here by Nyam. A chance, an opportunity as Leonoptrix will likely fall. He's trying to stay alive. The support's now respawning, but eventually he does die, and that's going to be a crucial pick. Even more time bought. Daisy slept, though. Bionated and Hidden. He's able to collect that elimination.
Sakume saves the team. And yeah, disengage.
Scarlet, he's in deep. Sakame, Shui both whittled away yet. Shui will falls. Whiteout's able to find that one, but now Dox is going to be taking out Mimosa. Dead. The trade up here for the side of LAZULI with the closer run back, closer respawns. This just might be a little bit too much. TP up onto the high ground, desperately trying to hound him down, and Scarlet will fall. The cart now gliding forward. Leonoptrix riding on it like a chariot here into victory. And while it was looking decent at the very beginning there, NyamGaming eventually just get out pressured.
Yep.
And that means that LAZULI are now up 3-0. Match point is theirs. One more, and they will be our #1 seed. They will be the champions of OWCS Japan.
And LAZULI understand the Mei com is so much clean, because they saw the enemy using the Mei war, and it's now their turn to using their Mei war to be aggressively dive to the enemy, and they're suddenly jump in, and that is making the so much like game changer with the first point defense, because first point defense I think it was not really good for the LAZULI some of the situation, but I think suddenly they just making the Mei war trading is so much clean for them. I think NyamGaming is they need to figure out how to using like a Scarlet value, because Scarlet is showing so much good with the Echo and Genji, but right now some of the meta is the card to play the Mei. So
yeah. Well, this is a brutal position to be in here if you're Nyam. Needing to do what very few teams have been able to do before you. Get this reverse sweep in a best of 7 if they want to be that #1 seed, if they want to be able to lift the trophy at the end of this all. Otherwise, it's looking poised for LAZULI to potentially just be able to run this completely through easy breezy style and get a sweep to establish themselves as the Stage 2 champions. So pressure mounting. Nyam, not much time to work with. We are going to have a bit of an extended break to just give the players a little bit more time to go ahead and reset and whatever, really think about what that last map pick for them is going to be. But yeah, it's going to be either push or flashpoint to decide whether or not this gets extended, or if LAZULI are just going to go ahead and crown themselves as the champions. And I don't know, frankly, what Nyam is going to be able to do to try to make that happen right now.
if you think about Scala value, I think the push map or Flashpoint both is very reasonable choice because Echo and Genji is very workable for the Runasapi and Suravasa and Junkertown. So if they want to do that, I think they need to choose up the map about the Scarlet. Because I think Scarlet was, without the main, I think he making so much like clutch play for the team. And Daisy also. So I think if they're thinking about that, they need to choose the map for the Scarlet.
All right, well, we'll see what that choice is going to be when we come back. So we'll see you guys on the other side of the break. All right, we are back and about to go into what could very well be the conclusion of this grand final. LAZULI right now, they're looking red hot. They're looking unstoppable here versus NyamGaming. Couple decent fights there on Circuit Royale. Nyam was able to get to the end of the map, but pretty much at every twist and turn, we've been seeing LAZULI be a little bit more clutch, a bit more dominant. Shui in particular on that Juno has just been outdoing Wydot at every twist and turn. Hidden, even though he's playing things like Junkrat, Torbjorn, the Symmetra.
Yeah.
He's just crushing.
Yeah, I really agree with you. And first point, the defense, and first point, Otte was a hidden, just making so much pressure to the Docs, and Docs is have any space to be going back, and Scarlet also have so much hard time against that kill. Okay.
With plenty of support. And the LAZULI fans in particular got to be feeling pretty damn good about their odds right now. As for the side of NyamGaming, they need to pull off a reverse sweep. It's one last map pick here for them. Flashpoint or push are the options. I'm not sure what they're going to go for, what we're going to be seeing. I'm also not sure if it's going to be good enough to be able to find the win.
And this is going to be, the CC2 is their LAZULI player. Yeah, the DPS player, so might be we can see.
I mean, if you wanted to just send it and say, hey, you know what, let's get you some time up on the stage, perhaps. But again, I just don't see it happening, especially maybe, I was going to say maybe push. You could try to run Hanzo, but I feel like that's too much of a risk. Depending on the map.
If it's going to be Colosseum, Miss Hanzo, I think pretty good.
Yeah, I think pretty much only Colosseo would be the moment that you would say, like, okay, Hanzo's good here, but is it going to be better than what you could just run with, you know, Hidden and Navis in the lineup? It's difficult to say.
Yeah.
But we'll have to just wait and see. Obviously, though, you know, for Nyam, this isn't, I mean, it's do or die for the region, for being able to be the champions of Japan, but we will get to see more of them at the major. So still plenty of opportunities to, you know, continue to improve and to surprise us as they very much have here during Stage 2.
They have a lot of LAZULI team fan. Even Patrick's Navis.
Given the way that they've been, you know, trending upward, you know, alongside Nyam this entire stage, I am not shocked whatsoever. But I want to just go, say again how cool this is and how great this is for the Japanese fans to finally have a LAN over there. And I think it's going to be weird to be like, okay, we have a LAN event in Japan.
Yeah.
Where's Veryl? To not have them in Insomnia, which would have been the surefire picks before, definitely has to feel strange. But it's cycling in the new blood and seeing other teams rise to the top is awesome. You got a fan here representing Hofak as well with some Korean there.
The meaning about that is like you can try.
Well, I'm trying to. Okay, they're zooming in on it. Maybe for me, it said something about next year. I'm assuming it's like next year will be yours.
Next year, let's meet at the offline. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
So next year, see you at LAN, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I like that.
Yeah, because if the whole pack making the top 2 next year, they have a chance to meet the LAN event. So I think that is one of the way. I think they're very surprised to see like some of the non-team from the final, the fan. Okay. They have a lot of Ana fans. So Sakume fan, I guess.
One holding a sign there as well for Godsam. So showing some support for the players that have been on the bench thus far with the CC2 and the Godsam shout-outs. But I think that there's going to be some changes. We're taking a while.
Yeah, we're taking.
Don't know what the map set is yet. But usually, when it takes this long, it means that we have some subs, and we know that LAZULI has a pretty big bench.
They have 8 player.
It could very well be that we are going to be seeing some little rotations here as far as the lineup is concerned. So once we have any kind of confirmation about that, we'll flash the graphics on the bottom of the screen. But I'd be very curious to see if there are going to be adjustments and if that ends up biting them in the rear. We've seen other teams in the past make some swaps, and it doesn't exactly work out too well for them, and then they go back to the main steady roster that they used to playing with, and then boom, suddenly you just end up closing out a series that way. But for now, not sure. We're all flying in the dark here together.
And if it's that correct, who gonna be benched is very interesting point, because if the CC2 and who they have it, Gassam and
so if they were gonna do a
Kiruju.
full swap, we would see Godsam in for Leonoptrix, CC2 in for either Hidden Nevis, and then Kiru in for either Sakame or Shui.
Or Nevis can be possible go to the support again.
Yeah. He could just go back to support, which was, kind of his main role, but maybe they just keep Shui in there. Not too sure. So we'll have to just wait and see. But how wild is it that we are here now? I mean, granted, we still have the major, but we're at the end of the regionals. I mean, Pacific, that's been done for a while, just because the tournament system is different. That's just a full, straight up double elimination bracket rather than a whole round robin with a seeding decider and yada yada yada. So Pacific's been concluded for a couple weeks, but we're about to in one day wrap Japan. And then, Wolf and G-Clef are going to come in here. They're going to sit in these seats, and then they're going to close out Korea.
Yeah, I think also Korea going to be very interesting. But yesterday, me and Rush kind of do the pre-interview about who going to be making the good leader at the final. We kind of voting for the Falcon because of their DPS line is really have an advantage for this kind of meta, because May Stoker is very good. And also, Proper can do like a lot of bencher and his scan. So, but the one bad news, I heard that like a Falcon condition is not really well right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I think it's not surely sure, but I think they might have a COVID. So. Oh. Yeah, so it might be the issue for them. And also, Jeddah Division have a really high quality May coach. Last call.
True.
So maybe that is going to be like a game changer, a lot of point. And also their backline is scary right now. They're doing so much great play by Bowlen and the Finn also. So it's gonna be an interesting point. I'm after this like a Japan finish. If the Japan finish, I'm probably gonna be watching. And
Oh,
Yo.
okay.
Kiru.
So we're now starting to get some insights here. So Kiru is going to be coming through. Sakame
Okay.
going to be stepping out.
So the Plex support out.
Is Shui swapping with Navis is kind of the next question here.
Okay, possible, yeah.
As okay,
Okay.
graphics gone. Bring in the next one.
There's only one?
Oh, maybe. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. But this is too fast.
A quick peek,
Yeah.
spot it or miss it. So yeah, Godsam coming in
Yeah.
for Leon Optrix.
What?
And okay, there we go. We re-hit it.
Okay.
I think they wanted to just put the full name in because I
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
only had Leon written.
Yeah.
So Godsam is going to be stepping in.
If I
And
correctly-
CC2's in for Navis.
He have to play.
Okay, but is that the end, or is Navis also in support? Nothing else coming up. I think we just have the three-way swap.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm disappointed.
So, okay, so now we can start guessing.
Yeah.
We've got Godsam stepping in. This likely means that, like Diva is going to be played.
Actually possible because the Runasapi and New Junker City both is good to Diva map, and they probably NyamGaming want to choose one of the map because I say that is good map for using the Echo and yeah,
They got all three.
they're huge fan of the LAZULI. They have every single player the name of there. Look, I should try to showing something.
Oh, yep.
Okay, that's
Getting their own.
True. What?
Yep, scooping these up, showing that support. So,
Yep.
I mean, hey, if LAZULI, if they can close it out after making a three-way swap, then my God, they will certainly have earned this trophy. As there you have it, Runasapi is going to be our map push to potentially close things out. This is the last-ditch effort here from NyamGaming as far as their own map picks are concerned. If they can win here, from there on out, it will all be up to LAZULI. They will dictate where we go and look to give themselves as many advantages as humanly possible to clutch the trophy at the end of it all. So it all comes down to this Runasapi for NyamGaming. We know that they have it in them. They have played incredibly throughout the round robin, throughout the seeding decider, throughout the playoffs to be able to get here to this very moment. But now they have been stumbling just ahead of the finish line. Let's see if they can clutch up or if they're going to be going home empty-handed. As we get into Runasapi here, match point for the side of LAZULI as they look to bring this grand final to a very quick conclusion.
And Diva, Lamatra both can possibly run by Gossam. So, okay. So Lamatra is very reasonable.
CC2 flashing Sombra for now.
Yeah, I heard that Sombra is kind of okay pick right now with this kind of brawling situation because of the ultimate is good and hacking is valuable. But you mentioned with the Hanjo, CC2 Hanjo, so and Hanjo is really fine pick, but are he gonna be kept?
He's on the Hanzo.
Okay, same Hanjo. I haven't this one long time, but interesting.
Yeah, I feel like not since the start of Stage 2, realistically, was the last time that I had seen CC2 playing the Hanzo, and he did have a pretty star-studded performance there. Let's see how they fare, though, as Hidden's just going to be sticking with Etzametra. And Shui and Wydot both taking some early damage here to start things off. Godsam, I mean, I think they just wanted to get him playtime because he's coming out. He's not playing that Diva. He's just playing the Ramatra here to try to match up against Dox. Just get taken down low, but Scarlet continuing to excel. Comes up with 2. Kiro, CC2 both going to be eliminated here off the rip. Looks for a little bit more, and Hidden, will just eventually fall as it is all Scarlet all day long. Can he find the 4th? Yes, he can. Wydot will find Godsam, so no ace potentially here for the side of Scarlet, but it is NyamGaming winning the opening fight and getting the push started.
And this is one of the good map for the Scarlet at the first fight. So first fight, Genji or Echo can do so much fight advantage for here. And also CC2 play Hanjo, and that is making a lot of sense for the Genji can make it better for here. So the key is in NyamGaming is Scarlet can be making the keep value from here, because after first fight, it's kind of hard like a Genji doing something special here. So Scarlet, he's looking for the flank.
Oh, looking for the flank. The flank is going to be popped as they just pile in. Takes the dash over to the side. 33 HP remaining on him, and eventually will be found. Shui able to go ahead and collect that kill. Why not though? Surging forward after the fight victory. It's going to be the fastest build here towards that orbital ray. Just 2% off having that one now online, but Doc's getting pressured. Will eventually just be taken out here by the Storm Arrows. So it seems like ultimately it's going to have to be a reset. Is nice headshot there from CC2 to go ahead and collect another. And now a third as Daisy will fall. So return fight. LAZULI able to go ahead, reestablish some control, and now can get their own push going.
And Hanjo can giving so much information for the team, and that information is really good for the Lamatra and Brick Juno for the pushing the enemy side, and that information also good for the Symmetra. So, and they don't have a main, so it's not really have to Gotham to be afraid about the pushing hard. And okay, disengage, good disengage.
Yeah, at the ready. Shui just sending out his own orbital ray, but CC2 is going to be taken out. Mimosa able to find him with a shield bash. Now Shui falling as well, as Scarlet just dives in looking for the cleanup and will be able to find it, rewarded with 2 kills. And they get a trade here on the orbitals, but ultimately they stop the lead from being gained by LAZULI, and now they're back in control.
This is really good scenario for the NyamGaming. Now they don't need to be afraid to go into like a really aggressive for the at here, because this is like a downhill is not really good for the Genji and the most of the team. So after this downhill, they can always be engaged from this face to face unless they're hiding at the high ground.
Oh, okay. Here comes the blade. Deflect already going to be used. Rally rolling from Kiro as he tries to stay alive. Tucks back the Photon Berry, helping to get some pressure off of them as the Dragon Strike opens up some space, forcing Dox into the corner, and he is going to be taken down. Good response there. And it's just widely utilizing these ultimates to try to segment the map, split up the playing field here for NyamGaming. It works a treat for LAZULI as CC2 will be kept alive. So bot again going to be ushered forward. Checkpoint barely not obtained here for Nyam. LAZULI now with an opportunity to try to gain the lead for themselves, but there was a lot of ultimates dumped.
Yeah, pretty a lot of ultimate dumped, and it's kind of okay for the NyamGaming because they have a better spot for the holding the payload and a lot of angle they can use in the fight. And starting with the Ashe ulti is not a really bad idea, but okay, Scarlet.
Scarlet again, finding values. Kira's going to be taking out CC2, hounded down. It seems like every single time it's going to be LAZULI getting close, getting close to taking the lead. But ultimately, NyamGaming just win out the fight, and now they're in a very good position to go ahead and get that bot in for the checkpoint. So we'll almost certainly have the forward spawns active from here.
And he didn't try to choose a Mei at here, and I think it's okay to do, but it's hard to control enemy Scarlet because you have a Hanjo, you have a Brick, you know, and that means Scarlet is their key of the player, their key of the winning condition, so they need to marking the Scarlet a bit more.
Great torpedoes out. Wydot sending in that orbital ray, and Hidden's going to be taken down off the rip. Annihilation rolling here from Godsam as CC2 just find a nice headshot onto Scarlet, but Godsam, his ult is going to be cut short as he gets cut down. Kira similarly under some fire. Dynamite looking for the connection, won't quite make it happen, but for now, NyamGaming continue to get this bot pushing. Working his way past the checkpoint now with Scarlet. 10% off that next blade.
And CC2 have a hard time right now because this map doesn't have a good spot for using the Hanjo angle, but I think he needs to, okay, nice I4.
Yeah, this should be a decent isolation here on the docks, but they just don't quite have the damage to actually pressure him out. Even being escorted forward by that orbital ray, it's just not enough. Godsam now going to be taken low. At threat of being finished off as Rally does get popped. Blade into the back, looking to try to take out this enemy break. Gets pushed back for a brief little moment. It's just slicing away, but really not finding too much, but he's setting up the damage for the rest of the team to excel. The Dox gets rid of Kiru. The cleanup is there. Godsam going to be taken down, and now NyamGaming getting ready to bring the bot up the final ramp towards this home stretch here on Runasapi.
This final air is really good for the defense team if they can holding that door, the cave door. But if without that, it's gonna be hard. So, oh my!
Bash out, Mimosa. Rally pop. CC2 trying to backpedal and just gets hounded down before he can escape back into the spawn room there. Scarlet comes up with another one. Godsam gets eliminated. This Genji starting to very much pop off. We saw some shades of it previously, but ultimately didn't find too much value, especially back on Lijiang Tower. But right now, Scarlet is absolutely dominating. Dragon Strike to try to open up some space, but the bot is still working its way forward, and Wydot still has this ult in his back pocket. CC2 will find one before getting traded out, and once again, Scarlet able to take him down. 31% away now from that next blade. Scarlet eventually will be felled. Daisy under some fire as well. Will get taken out. The final reset here is the bot just a few meters away from the full completion, but ultimately LAZULI do manage to hold on.
Yeah, also they need to like push in 100 meter. The 100 meter is going to be at least like a street fight. And street fight meaning the ultimate cycle wise, they need to like win by 1 or 2 ultimate each of the 5. So that is going to be really important for that for CC2. If he gets any single kill, is make them the advantage for the game. So okay, no, but
fadeaway shurikens. Now projectiles going out. Shui, yep, the setup. That torpedo, Daisy able to go ahead and find the body shot to take him down. Godsem just stuck here in the corner. Will fall. Scarlet collecting the kill now. The next blade online, the one that tried to bring them across the finish line and extend this series. Scarlet has just been putting the team on his back. I mean, granted, everyone right now here on Runasapi is looking excellent, but Scarlet has been excelling.
Yeah, Scarlet is doing when he played the Genji from the Circuit Lawyer, he also doing great job. And Lijiang Tower was kind of a hard time because of the map. It's not good for that. But Scarlet need to be doing bladed. He's dodged.
Blade comes in, CC2 going to be taken out. They have the orbital right here in play. Annihilation from Godsam able to find one, but it's just wide out eliminated. Godsam still backpedaling, but needing to play forward. The bot getting closer and closer, and there you have it. A full push coming through. NyamGaming, their final map pick, ends up working out. So this series, their run in this grand final is not yet over.
Yeah, I think Scarlet Genji is doing so much perfect like a play, and that is making CC2 his signature hero of the Hanjo is not going to working very well at the first fight. But after that, like a Hanjo is kind of looks like disappeared, and because of Scarlet also making so much good trade by enemy backline. So I think this is a good signal for the NyamGaming. They can finally find a way of their strong point to be against the LAZULI. So if next map is going to be Flash Point, so I think each of the Flash Point can possibly learn the Echo and Genji.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's going to be, if they're going to be win one more map from the next Flash Point, this might be the game going to be full of the map. Yeah.
I mean, that's honestly a very good point. Flashpoint being that last map type that has to be picked.
Yeah.
For LAZULI's first map pick, I think that's a decent setup there for the side of NyamGaming, but they still need the pop. They still need Scarlet to be delivering the ways that he is, as well as just overall the rest of the team having a strong showing. The one thing that I'm curious about is, swaps from the side of LAZULI.
Oh, yeah.
We saw this three-way swap. Godsam getting subbed in, still just running the Ramatra. This does feel like widely it was for the sake of getting these players a little bit of game time there on the stage there in front of the fans. But either way, we'll see what swaps we have, what map pick it's going to be, and whether or not Nyam can start running back here with a reverse sweep when we come back from the break.
stars just trickling down.
They're running out of time.
Beautiful boot from Junbin. Oh my word. Oh, they're making the hard work.
Look at that shoe coming in with the Nano 2. This might just be enough.
Alrighty, we are back, and the series is not yet over. Runasapi ends up working a treat for NyamGaming. They get the victory there, and now they extend us into a fifth map. LAZULI, though, still hold on to that match point. All they need is one more victory. But, at least for this map, they have limited options. We go into Flashpoint here, either Suravasa or New Junk City. They're options to try to turn things around.
Yeah, and Runasapi was kind of clutched by Scarlet like a whole time. And, and it's good signal for the NyamGaming, but it's I think other player also need to be making that kind of clutch play. And LAZULI was kind of pushing hard for them and dodging like a disengage while NyamGaming was kind of clean. But Flashpoint, you can't like doing that much like a disengage play. So it's not going to be making so much easily for the LAZULI fight it here. So that means Leon Patricks is probably need to be sub-in back, and he need to be like showing about the why they making so much like an advantage of the aggressive. So I'm not saying the Gotham doing so much a bad play. It's much more like their tempo is come from the Leon Patricks. So that is the reason like Leon Patricks probably sub-in back.
Yeah, I mean, I think that ultimately we're probably going to just see a wholesale swap back to the roster that got themselves up to that 3-0 lead. I mean, curious where you know, as a coach, where you fall on this side of the, or which side of the fence you fall on here. You know, do you think that there is value in potentially burning a map, you know, dropping a loss there to be able to just get, you know, the bench players some more experience, or would you rather just say, okay, no, we just get a 4-0?
I think depend on like a personality, but I kind of like it to the regular season.
There's the first one.
Yeah, to the making the more giving the bench player experience. But this is kind of like a final situation.
Right.
Yeah, it's not really.
Don't mess around too much there.
Yeah, it's not really good decision making. But this is their first time landing event, so it's very understandable. And yeah, and they probably want to give him more opportunity. Even the player wanted like a year, like a teammate doing the showing or end the stage they like it to do. So I think that is kind of reasonable, but it might be the game change because of that. So if they're gonna be regret if they could happen like that,
you know, it very well could be. But we do have all of the 3 swaps coming back through. So Leonoptrix, Sakome, and Navis back in. So expecting to see a little bit more of what we had from the beginning, which was a team that it looked like overall was a little bit better prepared to shut down value from Scarlet. Where he is just complete free reign in that last map. So I don't think this is anything too shocking. Still have to see which map it's going to be for Flashpoint, but it's only one of 2 options. And for the most part, they play somewhat similarly. A little bit of different architecture, some more opportunities for, you know, well, I was going to say in the past for Wrecking Ball to be run on New Junk City comparatively, but even then we've seen plenty of Wrecking Ball on Suravasa. Not that I anticipate either of these tanks to be bringing that up. But, yeah, I'm curious to see which one they go for and whether or not this is going to just be, okay, we get our map pick, and boom, it's over now.
Could be, because he didn't look like really happy to play Symmetra, And I think both map is really good to play Symmetra. And Navius definitely, we can say that he's played really good Mei with the high quality. So probably he's then going to be doing the Sim and the Mei Symmetra comp again. And we already saw the Loster, Leon Patrick, Lamatra, or Junker also can be workable with the Symmetra. So they probably want to do the how they used to be do in the last 3-0 the situation, be with the aggression with the Leon Patrick. So I think that's an interesting point. So NyamGaming is going to be key is the Scholar can making the control once they doing the aggressive diving, because I think if the one of the best hero for the counter diving is Echo, because Echo is one of that. And yeah, we can see from some of the Japan fan and NyamGaming.
Something to cheer for here for Nyam after that victory.
Docs, Daisy, Scarlet, Mimosa, and White Dot. Oh, so that is like a White Dot. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's actually how he writes it, is his ID. But as far as in the game, the dot is spelled out.
Die.
Something about Reaper guy with his pistols, my favorite hero.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. I don't remember how these silly copy pastas from 5 years ago end up going. But we'll see. I mean, Nyam, they need to be absolutely locked in. It feels like, you know, even with the sub swaps coming through, it did feel like Nyam still were very much more focused and online in Runasapi. So I don't want to blame it fully on just the substitutions for the loss for LAZULI. It does feel like, you know, kind of game after game, Nyam has been getting more and more warmed up. But now they need to be able to hit a fever pitch and just run this back. They need basically to win a perfect best of 5 from here in order to be able to take the trophy for themselves. So we'll see if they're going to be able to do that. But I mean, when you're talking about you know, anti-dive, I'd be curious to see if Nyam wants to go for a bit of dive themselves with Docs. I think he's played a decent amount of Mauga in the past.
Yeah.
Try to run that, like, Mauga Genji Tracer, perhaps, for themselves.
I think that is also possible. I think Mauga is not really have any more that much huge power control to be with together diving, but still some certain time if you dive with the Genji, it's making the value. So I think it makes sense to be you can using the Genji together, Mauga together, and also Mauga is good to counter enemy break condition. So maybe first fight we can see the Mauga diving together. And DPS.
Plenty of curiosities here. I mean, Leonoptrix as well. You know, what is he going to end up running? Because I mean, Suravasa, he could still just play Queen if he wants.
Yeah, that is one of the map you can using the Queen at the first fight. And Yujang City also Queen is a possible run with the Mei, definitely with the theme. So it's going to be a headache for the NyamGaming.
All right, well,
okay, Suravasa.
Flashpoint is going to be Suravasa. There's LAZULI. I think that this one is going to be their best opportunity on Flashpoint to close out the series in a 4-1 fashion. But if they do drop this one, of course, the rest of the map picks are theirs, and the pool will be reopened. They can't play Circuit, Blizzard, or Runasapi again, but every other game type then does become available to them once more. So we'll see if it does come down to that, or if this is just going to be the conclusion right here, right now, as we get ready to go into Suravasa.
Suravasa. So we always say a bunch of time, but I think Mei Sim is good on the Suravasa also. And Genji is kind of okay, but Echo is much more better condition because of the map design. So we can expect in Scarlet to play Echo or Genji, but I prefer to do the Echo because they can counter Symmetra condition a lot.
Let's see, it all comes down to this. 3-1, LAZULI at match point, making their pick. Suravasa could be the staging ground for them to close out this grand final, lift the trophy, and be the champions of OWCS Japan ahead of the Asia Major. For NyamGaming.
Okay, is Docs going with the
another step of many that they need to take. And okay, Docs might just be bringing the wrecking ball out here.
Yeah, this is a good Wrecking Ball map. The first place. Oh, with the para with that Susan?
Okay.
Okay, I personally think in NyamGaming have a really better comp against the LAZULI. except Leon Petres grab something or Navis get some kill or Sakume can sleep something.
Docs for now is keeping the ball hidden. Just sat here, third person, waiting to roll out. See what his target is going to be. As Scarlet taking to the skies. Decent
nice
contact
kill.
there, and yet the setup off of Docs is absolutely gorgeous. Hidden gets absolutely obliterated. Wall having to be used defensively. NyamGaming will be able to find one, so just take out Daisy at the same time. Those tagged down to about a third of HP, but eventually will be healed back up here by Wydot. Who's gonna be picked off as the headshot comes in. Navis able to find him. That May still accurate as ever with the right clicks. We're threatening the point cap, and now they're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that to happen as everybody just tucks inside, avoiding that Pharah, and Hidden's actually able to go ahead and collect the kill. So Scarlet gonna be taken down. Some torpedoes flying asleep here on the docks as he keeps his point contested, stopping the cap from coming in, but eventually there you go. Bionade at the floor. Daisy cycled back into the respawn room, and LAZULI will get the first grab.
I have no clue after the first kill by Docs and Scarlet. Wydot and Mimos looks like kind of far from that diving. And Daisy also is making the trouble, yes. And LAZULI is just making so much great play by Navis and the Shui. Look at this one. Shui already have his ultimate. And okay, he didn't.
Pulling up very quickly.
Ooh, wow.
Hidden. Wow, what an immense amount of damage. Looking for that one clip. Down to a sliver. Kills now streaming through Scarlet as he turns around, just going to be taken out. And Daisy will fall similarly as the orbital ray comes down, just keeping everybody sustained. And just trying to tuck back. Most eventually will be able to find him. Yep. At the same time, though, there was a back cap attempt here from Nyam, but Docs, he can't get out either. He will end up getting punished, and that very well could just be his first flashpoint going LAZULI's way. Granted, Docs can get back in there quickly, but they need somebody to get ready to touch here.
I think Docs can touch for that, and after that, Scarlet or Daisy need to be making the good condition for dive it, but I think it's not really easy for the Daisy.
They don't have any kind of deny, so they can't just boop him away, but Scarlet's going to be taken down here.
Oh, nice kill.
Gets rated. Yeah, rail shot from Daisy is able to find Navis, but now Wydot gone. The ante on Mimosa. Sakume just going to go ahead and collect that one, and that should be the flashpoint. All but confirmed here for LAZULI as that overtime gets ready to bleed down. Nano's going to be committed. I think that this was a bit of a panic situation here for them to just go ahead and ensure that Shui does not get cycled out and back into the respawn room, but a bit unnecessary.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think they just want to be secure or like a Sakume kind of mind game was kind of messed up. But I think Hidden Tracer.
Hidden is living up to his name right now. Tucked away, unscouted, looking for the drop down, swings around the corner, pulse bomb, and doesn't find the stick, but Wydot still lands in on top of it. Barrage committed there by Scarlet, bled dry by the Rampage, and now the pullback onto the ball, not allowing for Docs to get out. LAZULI looking very much reinvigorated here with the standard 5 in play. Flashpoint now, the second one going to be locked down, and all the rest of the players just play forward and look for more picks.
And this is also a good spot for you can force an enemy resource out during the rotation, and that is isn't like a hidden play, like a most of the time backside. And this mine seems like not really a good idea for that.
Navis was in a little bit of a rough spot, but he comes out of the guy's block, puts up a wall, cuts off some of the other players, so Minefield ultimately not going to be finding too much value, as a lot of those do get cleared out. It had tagged up a bit, but no follow-up rocket to be found. Daisy now antied here into the corner,
nice
so they're going to be going wide. He does manage to find one there with the overclock. As the hills stream through, they keep him sustained. On attack low, Shui nearly eliminated. NyamGaming just cannot be kept alive by Shui on his lonesome. Navis finding one, helping to maintain control of this point as he once again goes into the ice block. The chase coming through. Scarlet trying to hound down that enemy. Juno cannot make it happen. Hidden Navis, though, going to end up falling here, and it seems like NyamGaming should at long last be able to get themselves on the board as long as they find that last kill, and it's going to be a nice direct hit to go ahead and take him down. So NyamGaming now on the board here at the second flashpoint.
Yeah, second flashpoint, and once you get the point side control, the Para and the Hammond, the ball can make it so much like advantage for the fight. So, and Soldier is one of the hero for the. Oh, nice kill.
Very solid one. Just continue to try to hold control of this as long as humanly possible. Still just now moving up to 40% here is NyamGaming, but Pulse Bomb stick and Hidden does get rid of Daisy. A crucial target to be found here as he's just trying to duck back, blinking around, avoiding Scarlet, avoiding these shots here from him, and working that far out lower and lower. Navis does get taken down at the same time. Tuck back from Scarlet, grabs the health pack. As Kitsune-Rush going to be committed here from Whiteout, but Moza has been eliminated, so Whiteout all on his lonesome here as far as that healing is concerned. Next Nano in cycle, goes over to Hidden this time around, seeking a target. And Scarlet will fall off screen. Doc similarly taken down to Shui. Coming alive here. Once again on that Juno, axe through into the melee hit. Daisy obliterated, Whiteout hounded down. And with the flip back in their favor, the team kill coming in. Doxy can go for a touch, but this might just be LAZULI moving up to map and match point. Dox crashes around, he works his way into the back. Does force out that OT, but needs to play elusive, needs to keep himself alive. Pops the shielding, but it's still not too much. Knife in the one, Scarlet melted, orbital ray in play, but there's the Maywall to try to cut off the reinforcements here on the point. In the meantime, Hidden is continuing to try to pistol Dox down. He's got him in a sliver. He's got him dead. Overtime starting to bleed out into the ice block goes Navis. The Blizzard at the ready, would love to not commit it here in that fight. And given the kills found, he's not going to have to. This overtime is going to bleed down, and that is going to be LAZULI. Now 2-0 on Suravasa. One more flashpoint, and the trophy is theirs. The championship will be theirs.
And Ultimate Cycle is so much advantage for the LAZULI side right now. And NyamGaming, they need to be clutched by Scarlet. And Daisy's swap to the Tracer. Daisy's swap to Tracer is a good idea. Better than like a Soldier right now.
But look at the ults that LAZULI have available as they get ready for this point. Time lock in 8 seconds. Minefield barrage. All that Nyam have here at the moment. The drop down, Scarlet was going to go for it right there. And now opens up, but tuck around the corner. Not able to find the kill there on a Leonoptrix. Hidden though still does get taken down by the Minefield, and Sakame will fall. Moza going to be traded out of Shui, is able to find one. Dox crashes back in, looking for a little bit more, but the point is opened up. The Blizzard is in play. Scarlet managing the dunk there, does find one, finds a second as Navis will fall, and it seems like NyamGaming will be able to clutch it out and get the first cap.
Yeah, NyamGaming seems like using a lot, but also LAZULI using a lot. And retaking with the Nano Ed here.
Navis is swapping.
Wow. Yeah, because of the try to control the Hammond is make a lot of sense, but here, but you can only control Hammond because Para is too much far distance most of the time, and you will get the hard time. Yeah, okay. They save it
down, looking for the Cowboy, and Hidden managing to get the pulse bomb stick there on a Scarlet. Now the DPS list is Mimosa is similarly going to be taken down. Hidden continuing to just be an absolute menace. Comes up with the kill. Sakame going to be traded out, but it won't matter because Whiteout is gone. It's just Dox left alive. Rotates back over onto the point. Wanted to try to milk this for as much percentage as he possibly can, but inevitably he will die. Flip comes through as NyamGaming get themselves up to 63%.
And this 63% on Echo Tracer with the Hammond. Okay. Oh, no.
Okay, to the rescue. Scarlet now back over onto the Echo.
Yeah, this Echo Tracer is way better than here, and then Leon Petrus need to go to the Diva, or they need to swap the way of the find out. But I think this, as a NyamGaming comp, is what's more better to. Oh no, Navis!
Headshotting the body shot, comes up with a second kill as Dox is going to be taken down. He's looking for a little bit more, continuing to push forward here. Point in their control. The headshot, the body shot, but Scarlet with a beam does barely manage to take him out, but Optrix still alive, finds one, the Rampage at the ready. The flip, however, getting ready to come through. NyamGaming going to be back in control as soon as LAZULI tie up at 64%. Now Nyam ticking up. This gives him an opportunity to go ahead and reset, get everybody back together for this defense. Push across, Hidden, taken low. Torpedo goes in for the heal. Shui now, orbital ray online. See when he decides to send that one out. Because Hidden has another pulse bomb, and he's been so damn accurate thus far here on the map. Recalls, turns back, finds Daisy. The bleed out. Scarlet going to be taken out with the Rampage. Minefield from Dox, only able to find one. He's just got a sliver remaining, and he just cannot stay alive. Mimosa dancing around here in the sky in desperation, trying to utilize the healing of the orbital ray as he tries to find anything. Davis down to 22, but he just cannot make it happen. He takes out Shui, but nothing more. 70% now crested here for the side of LAZULI. Dadai in their back pocket. NyamGaming, 2 ultimates close by, but maybe not close enough.
Yeah, but Scarlet ultimate can be swapped to the Junkerkin or Ana. One of the any hero is going to be good for to make them the forcing their space and the condition. So Scarlet. Oh, do they get touch? Okay.
They go for the touch. Dox. He rolls through. The Deadeye now popped here. from Navis. They keep him alive. Looks for a little bit more. Smattering damage across on the docks. The Kusune Rush gets thrown down here by Wydot. Scarlet, low, has to go for the dupe to save himself.
Nice.
Gets the anti across, gets the shot woven in. Shui gonna be taken down. Navis gone as Dox is able to find him, but Mimosa gonna be traded at the same time. Sakame trying desperately to stay alive as there's the dupe nano invested over towards Wydot to try to guarantee that this Kiriko can stay in the fight, and so far it is working a treat. The counterflip back into their favor comes through. NyamGaming.
Okay.
They hang in there, needing a reverse sweep here on Suravasa to try to reverse sweep in this series. They extend us to yet another flashpoint.
Navy's Cassidy. I'm not really sure this is gonna be like a solid choice to be like making the win contribution, because ultimate is not really good. Just January fight is not really good for the damage wise. But I think LAZULI right now they don't have many options for the doing, and here and
Navis is going to have a rough time potentially. But Bionade comes in there, actually able to keep him alive. At the same time, Mimosa nearly eliminated. And
Okay,
will
nice
be
kill.
found. Yep, Sakame finds it. Ooh, that headshot sets up for the kill on the Daisy as well. Should be able to collect that. Now halfway towards that next orbital ray is hidden. Continuing to pursue forward, looking for any kind of eliminations he can get. So harassing him lower and lower. But LAZULI in control once again here of the point, starting things off. As Flashbang goes through, gets a little hindrance across on the docks, but he's still able to get himself out to safety. Pulse Bomb this time from hidden, not going to come up with any value.
yeah, this is really important fight for here, because Docs have the mine, and mine is going to be like a really good ultimate to using for control the space. And yeah, this is the first thing out. That is
Sends it out, but Whiteout's going to be taken down. Optrix gives his life for that one, but now you've got the Electric Cowboy in play. Navis looking for a target, continuing to roll forward. Gets the hit. Scarlet eliminated, and Docs now last one standing. 60% crested here for LAZULI.
Wow.
As Docs dead on the back end is a huge stagger. They need him alive for the touch. They don't have a tracer anymore. Daisy's on the Ash.
Yeah, you're right. They don't have many options for the touch here. Oh,
And Docs is swapping?
I think this is really critical decision making.
Oh, this could be very costly. It looks like they're relying on Scarlet to try to drift his way into this one. The rush forward, the Orisa, they're able to get there. The overtime is going to be forced out, but Docs immediately evaporates. And it all comes tumbling down here at the last moments. The rampage to send them home. A final team kill as it's 3-1 on Suravasa, 4-1 in this series. LAZULI are your OWCS Japan Stage 2 champions.
What a play. What a Navy's just swapped to the Cassidy. After that, I was kind of assuming it's not going to be a really solid choice to be at this or that last fight angle. But he get the nano, he get multiple kill. And that is meaning about the why the team like really want to put the Navy's in to be like the DPS low. And like Shu and Sakuma also doing so much great play. Their synergy is so much clean, and Leon Patrick's is like a Junker King is like we only saw so much time, and he doing so much great play. And this is the reason why they was have a high like a top seed team became, and what is the reason about the EMEA they almost get the 3-2 winning at here. So I think LAZULI is one of the deserved it, and it's hard to wait think they're gonna play land game in the Korea with the Asia final.
I mean, yeah. What an incredible performance here from LAZULI. Way more one-sided than we could have anticipated.
Yeah.
That third flashpoint going the way of NyamGaming, it made me believe. It's like, okay, reverse sweep in this map. Reverse sweep in this series. How poetic would it be? But clearly, LAZULI not into poetry. They slammed that down. So very nicely done from LAZULI. Looking forward to seeing this team over at the Asia Major. And please, Hanbin, can we get you to go heads up versus Leonoptrix on Junker Queen? I'm just asking for a favor. It sounds like it would be a hell of a matchup.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I just want to see them just beat the crap out of each other, just chucking knives back and forth. Just one. Just gentleman's agreement. If you face off against each other, do the Junker Queen head-to-head, because I think that would be sick.
Yeah, will be sick to watching it, because I think Leon Patrick Junker King is very solid and the signature hero for me, because every single time when he's doing it, they bring the win, or the very hard time or very dangerous time, they bounce back from there. So Yeah, I think you're right. We have to watching it.
I think it would be sick. So
Yeah.
we'll do what we can to twist some arms and make that happen. So hopefully that can come to fruition. But for LAZULI, I mean, all the congratulations in the world. You know, everybody had their eyes, you know, tied to those previous teams that were at the top, to the Varrols, to Insomnia. They're in the region. For NyamGaming, this is going to be a bittersweet loss, but they still do get to compete at the major. We will see more from them, and there's always that chance for a resurgence. I mean, you know, we saw them drop Series 2 Insomnia to Varrow. They were able to overcome both of those squads, get themselves now into this second place position. So the bounce back potential is absolutely possible. I mean, look at the seeding decider match as well. They lost everything. They didn't pick up a single map win in the seeding decider match, and they still managed to make it to second. So maybe now they've gotten that LAN experience out of the way. When they come over for their next one here in Korea for OWCS Asia, perhaps they will be a bit more prepared in that regard, and we can see a stronger performance from them across the board. Of course, another shout out though to Scarlet in particular, who is just having a hell of a performance, especially on that Runasapi with the Genji. It was just back-breaking effort from him.
And also, you mentioned about this kind of LAN events is make them to like a might be the struggle time on here, and also once they get be like a doing the tournament system, they're doing very well, kind of. So I think this kind of like experience is gonna make them to give them a chance to be doing better performance at the Korea. Yeah. So I'm expecting that. And NyamGaming, I think they're just logically doing so much great with this meta, but it's not NyamGaming meaning about that they're behind from the meta, because next week we can see, and I already mentioned about the patches coming soon, and I saw the Diva and Sombra nerf, and might be some of the nerf or some of the situation can be more, so we can see more.
I mean, yeah, who knows what thing, you know, what's the meta's going to even look like over there. So I think for, you know, Crazy Raccoon, they might be keeping their fingers crossed, hoping that something happens to Juno, that she's a little bit less prevalent. Or maybe they'll have, you know, figured that out by then. But there's no real telling what things are going to look like. And that's, I think, one of the more exciting things about right now is just having these faster patch cycles in OWCS, having the teams be able to be a bit more flexible, have to adapt and evolve more quickly. It really does separate, you know, the top teams. They stand out a little bit more, I think, in this kind of situation, rather than ones that can just really master a meta that exists for a very, very long time. So I love to see it. I'm curious to see, you know, how everything's going to look, how these teams are going to be matching up against each other, because obviously, you know, we still look at Korean teams as the peak. This is what you challenge yourself and test yourself against. And if you can take them down, then that is a positive move forward. You know, and a positive sight for your squad. So I'm very curious to see, you know, what form Nyam's going to be looking like on LAN, how LAZULI looks going up against some of these Korean squads, as well as the Pacific teams, because granted, I mean, Bleed and 99 Divine, they're nothing to shake a stick at either, because they're very well experienced.
Yeah, I agree. And their strategy and a lot of information giving a lot of the bright side for me. So, and also they can see what is going to be like a Team Falcon and Jedi going to be do today. So that kind of information giving a lot of weight. They can be like doing something new and something bright side to do. So it's hard to waiting for the next final.
Well, right now, I think what we're waiting on is our winners ceremony. So I believe that they're getting the players set up on the Japanese side. Where they'll be giving out an MVP award.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think that we didn't get to contribute any of our votes. So I'll just ask you before we even unveil it, if you had a vote for a player on LAZULI for player of the match, who would you have given it to?
For me, probably Hidden, or Navis, because I think both them giving delivery so much good performance that here. But I think Hidden for me, like making them so much like a correct play by first of the three, because Drunkard, and also like a Troll and Symmetra, everything giving to so much a hard time for by strategy wise to the NyamGaming. So my personal pick is Hidden.
I agree. I think that Navis did have some really nutty moments. And going over onto the cats, he had that one point where he was trying to snipe a It was Scarlet. He was trying to snipe him out of the sky, and it was a little bit whiffy. But that happens to everyone. You can't just hit every single headshot. If you do, you're probably aim hacking or you're Flora or something. But I'd go with Hidden. I think that the level of play that we saw from him from the outset, bringing out things that we just aren't used to seeing, the Junkrat coming in, and then also just swapping over onto the Tracer there at Suravasa and just pounding, just so much pulse bomb value. I would also go with Hidden, I think, as far as my player of the match win. We'll see who gets the MVP at the end of it all, though, because I think that you could make a realistic argument for damn near everybody on the team. Shui was consistently ahead of everybody else when it came down to that Judo play, but it looks like they are getting ready here on stage to introduce our victorious squad. I'm not sure if the audio is low for you guys as well, but we are supposed to be talking over this. Just wanted to give them a little bit of space if they're going to go for the team intro, but can't quite hear. But either way, what a moment this is going to be here for these players. I mean, they got to have the walkout, the brief little hello and some words ahead of the series in front of the crowd, but now they get to take their bows as champions.
And this kind of like a first time to be LAN event, and everyone remember about that, even that is like a past like after a year or something, and everyone will not forgot it. And especially the player also, this kind of, I mean, most of the player, I think that this is their first time to be champion of the some game. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they're probably right now as probably.
Yeah, I mean, again, Leon Optrix is kind of the one who had come the closest before, just given his time on Insomnia, but even then, Veryl was that team that was kind of out in front. So to now be that champion, that's got to be a damn good feeling here for him. As of course, we don't speak Japanese, so unfortunately, we do not have translations for what these players are saying. But I can imagine that it is nothing but elation and excitement, because right now, I think the way that they've been playing, the run that they have had, this is, I think, the major aside, this tournament here on LAN in Japan is very likely the first of many for this team.
Yeah. But I just feel like not really feel good to be Gossam and CC2 and who was it?
Oh, Kiru?
Yeah, Kiru. Because even their win the champion, they was kind of bad whole time, and they just play one map and they're losing.
I mean, now you know how Sir Majed feels.
No, Majed is different. Majed looks like very happy every single time.
I know. I just had to poke and prod about that one. I had to make the joke. I mean, I do love Majed. He's actually he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
But yeah, I can imagine that this is still a good feeling. I mean, you came in, you lost the one map that you dropped in the final when you got to play. But I do think that widely, it was probably the coach saying, hey, let's just get some experience.
Yeah.
We're playing really hot right now. Let's get you guys out there. If you win, awesome. If not, then it is what it is. I just want to get you guys that experience. They got it, and I think that that's going to be something that is going to be cherished. Because, at the very least, you get to say, you know what, I played in that final. I was there when the team was victorious, and I was contributing to this in multiple ways.
True. I just want to be sure about which players who, but we will find out later. Not today, maybe. Yeah,
I mean, coming from online play, not having, player camps for all of them.
メタが変わって出ることがなかったんですけど、
Some upped audio.
まあでもうちのチームがめちゃめちゃ強くて優勝すること
It
がで
is
きて
difficult
めちゃ
to
めちゃ
try
嬉
to
しいです。
identify
あ
every
りがと
single
うマイチー
player
ム。
when we're not used to seeing them.
Arigato, my teammate, too. I think so. This is the word.
はい。
Thank you, my team.
というところで、これで優勝となりました。改めて優勝したラズリーに向けて皆さんもう一度大きな拍手をお願いしま
Hearing
す。
from the players, I assume that we're getting closer to unveiling our MVP.
それではここから賞状の授与に移っていきたいと思います。さあそれではアクティビジョン・ブリザード・ジャパンブランドマネージャー 村田朝様より、賞状の授与をお願いいたします。
Introducing the Activision Blizzard Japan brand manager, I
Yeah.
believe, to come in and be able to provide the MVP award, is my assumption.
一人受け取りを。
Is she or was she looking for the other person?
I think that they have to bring out the
Oh.
award.
さあ
She was lacking the actual award.
Yeah.
I don't know.
はい。
Or is it
そ
flowers
して
for
こち
everybody?
らが優勝の証でございます。
Okay, this is the thing
Aha.
we were waiting for.
カメラに向かって。はいということで勝利おめでとうございます。
Their first time, so they don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You win a championship for the first
さあそし
time.
て
Sometimes
この
the
後
public
ですね
circumstance takes some getting used
ま
to.
だ皆さん発表していないものがあったと思います。プレイオブザマッチ
Oh, here we go. And our MVP is Leonoptrix.
Oh, yeah, this is deserved because he is the giving so much energy for the team to engage and disengage, and like a tank is the most important role for in the Overwatch 2. And wow,
I mean, look, I can't be upset. I can't say that I disagree. You know, you and I, we both went for
Yeah.
hidden, but that is by very narrow margins. And I already stated it. You could make an argument for damn
Yep.
near everybody on this team, at least the ones that played, you know, in the majority of the maps. So,
True.
Leonoptrix, incredible performance from him. Dominant on that Ramatra, but an absolute god incarnate when it comes down to the Junker Queen play. So, very well-deserved MVP or player of the match victory here for the side of Leonoptrix. You know, he was on a very solid team in Stage 1.
Yep.
Had a taste of land play. Had that second-place finish with Insomnia.
はいということで
But
改
goes
め
for
ま
the
して
swap,
MVP は
gets
一本
over
前に
here
出ましょ
onto
う
Lazuli. Now he's a champion,
Leon
and he's the MVP of a grand final that they're able to win
じゃあ
very
まず
decisively.
はレオノさん今の感想を教えてください。
Kansho is
正直ずっ
probably
と
experienced.
グランド
like
フ
I
ァイナ
say,
ル
what
で
you feel.
MVP 今まで取ってたんで今日も取りたいなと思ってたんで嬉しいです
Ureshi is, I
あり
understand.
がとうございます。
It's
そ
like
して
happy.
もちろん MVP には賞状を渡さないといけません。ここからは WDG 代表のイ・サンギ様よりレオノプテリクスさんに対して賞状の授与をお願いいたします。はい。それでは WDG 代表のイ・サンギさんこちらにお願いします。
Oh, this is the CEO of WDG.
Yep.
さあグランドファイナル MVP を達成し日本王者となったレオノプテリクスまずはこちらお花をどうぞ。
Gets his own personal bouquet for his MVP. And
Whoa,
I hear some
what?
gasps.
さあということでこちら MVP の賞状ぜひねカメラの方に目線を向けてあちらですね。はい MVP おめでとうございます。
It's okay, Leonoptrix. You'll get used to
Yeah.
it. You'll get used to
Yeah.
it. There's plenty more of this in your future. But there you go. Your Steel Series
どんな気分ですか？
MVP.
Oh, it's by series.
Yeah, I believe recent
Yeah.
recent
あり
sponsor.
がとう
Very
ございます
recent.
Yeah, yeah.
嬉しいですよね。はい。さあということで、これにて OWCS ジャパンすべての工程が終了となりましたけれども、皆さん今年から始まった OWCS 楽しんでいただけましたでしょうか。いかがでしょう。
Some thank yous there to the crowd, showing their support and being there for
まだまだ
you know
この
this
後も
momentous occasion.
OWCS はアジア、そして世界大会へと続いていきます。そして本日対戦したニャムゲーミングそしてラズリの2チームは日本代表として
He's talking about
この
how
韓
they
国
and
の地での
NyamGaming
対
are
戦
going to be
に向
coming
かっ
over
ていきます。
to OWCS
さあ
Asia
せ
for the
っかく
major.
なんでね、
I
こ
think
こ
so.
も一言コメントいただきたいんですけれども、
Maybe saying to
誰に言
continue
わせます
showing their support. I am taking stabs in the dark, so
ネ
I
イビスさん、
apologize
じ
if
ゃあ
I'm
ネイビス
not
さん一歩
accurate.
前。
I'm just picking up stray words that I
Yeah.
I understand.
OWCS アジア出場権獲得しています。こちらの意気込みいただきましょう。
そうですね、まあ
how do they going to prepare for the
海
Asia?
外チームにあんま勝ちを残せてないと思うんで勝ちたいと思ってます。はい。頑張ります。
ありがとうございます。もう勝ちまくっちゃってください。楽しみにしております。さあということで OWCS ジャパンの試合はこれにて終了となります。この後ジャパンを終えてコリアの試合もお送りする予定となっておりますが、一旦ジャパンはこちらで締めとなります。それでは皆様長い期間お付き合いいただきましてありがとうございました。 OWCS ジャパンステージ2グランドファイナルスこれにて終了となります。皆さんありがとうございました。
The final, thank you so much for watching the grand final.
よろしくお願いします。改めて優勝したのはラズリの皆さん。
A final cheer for LAZULI,
Yep.
the champions. Well, what a day it has been, 9K.
Yeah, it's as a leader-wise, kind of one-sided match, but I think LAZULI approved why they're the top team right now because of the Leon Patrick Junkerkin and also Navis doing so much great play. He's like a Kezadi and the Mei, and he then can be played like a multiple like a hero, giving so much like a strategy advantage for them. And Zakume also play like a decent like an Ana here, and Shui is one of the DPS their team, but he just swapped to the Juno player, and he's doing so much great play at here most of the time. And this is why the LAZULI became to the champion team. And NyamGaming also, the Scarlet doing so much good performance, but other players kind of have a trouble, but it's not meaning about that they're really play bad. They will need the time be like adapting new meta. And once they get the adapting new meta, I think they can also be crack at the other team. Yeah.
No, I think so for sure. I mean, but we certainly didn't see the highs that we were used to. I'd say that widely against Sakame and Shui, we did see the struggles of Mimosa and Wydot. You know, it felt like every time Wydot, when he was on the Juno, Shui was just beating him to the punch when it came down to the ultimates. Every time that he was trying to utilize it, they just ended up losing out on team fights. So there was, a really huge performance overall from Sakame and Shui here today, but we know that Mimosa and Wydot are capable of significantly more, and I'm sure that they're going to be putting up performances that we've seen from them in the past when they come over here for the major, because this is, you know, a DPS lineup that can rack up as many kills as, or it's a support lineup that can rack up as many kills as their DPS lineup does. We've seen that. I mean, how many times has Mimosa just been wall riding, taking people out as Lucio, you know, over and over again throughout this stage too. So, an unfortunate off day for them, but a great one for the side of LAZULI. And I think overall, a great day for Japan.
Yeah, I think so too. And after that LAN event, you finally can meet the aboard player, like your teammate. And now they're going to have a just happy day for the hanging out for today.
I mean, how much hanging out time do you take before you get right back into the grind set to get ready for that tournament? Because it's not too far away. You know,
it's
just
too far away.
What, 2 weekends? Less than 2 weeks now. It's about 12-ish days until that tournament does kick off. 3 days of group play here in Seoul into a grand finals on land down at Busan. Granted, I mean, the whole thing is going to be on land, so I don't know why I expressed it about Busan, but we'll be at the, you know, the Busan Esports Arena down on the beautiful southern coast of the country. So there's a lot to look forward to, and it would be momentous if a Japanese squad could make it there, because we're still, you know, in the early stages of growth for Overwatch as a game. Like, they've been competing in it forever. Team Japan has always been, you know, competing it when we would have, you know, World Cup and everything like that.
True.
You know, that's where, you know, Tayo got his start before he was picked up, you know, for the league by Shock years ago. So, like, they've always been present, but it's never really been as big of a title. And it feels like just across the board, FPS has just been taking off in a huge way in Japan. So I think it would be an insane showing from either of the teams if they could make it down to Busan.
Yeah, me too. I really think so too. And right now, Japan Legion seems like very growing up Legion about the Overwatch scene. And a lot of players and a lot of coaches have an opportunity to go to there together, making the new history. And this is going to be an interesting point to watching right now for me. And a lot of point about the. Look at this one, like Shui and Hiden was kind of like a good player in the Korea scene, but they decided to go to like what is it, Japan scene, and they just made it and with a good result. So yeah, I think this is like a good time to be can see. Okay, and Navis just like he didn't realize he was a good DPS lineup because he played most of the time support from the last season and this season, and just suddenly Juno is came out and Shui just going to the play the Juno and Navis showing with the good Cassidy and May. So a lot of opportunity can be happen, and don't be thinking about too much. You have to play your low, even you became, because a lot of pro also used to be play tank player, change the support, and support player change the DPS.
I mean, a couple of years ago, we had Prophet play every single role across the season. He's playing DPS, then he started playing Ana. I do believe he played tank at some point as well. So, I mean, yeah, sometimes if it just ends up working out better in scrims and practice, then it's like, okay, let's just flip things around a little bit. But, guys, that does it. Overwatch here for the Japanese region in Stage 2 has come to a conclusion. For LAZULI and Nyam, we look forward to seeing you here on Korean soil in a couple weeks' time to compete over at the OWCS Major. But that does it for myself and 9K. It's been an absolute pleasure to go through this grand final with you, good sir. But, of course, coming up next is going to be the Korea final. So there's still plenty more action to be watched. That is going to be starting in about an hour. So you don't have to wait too long. We'll see you guys then.